Welcome, everybody, to week 6 of Fantasy Focus Live. We got the Fantasy Focus crew, Ryan, Levy, and myself, Bucky. We also have the TCK Pod Boys down below with Bobby Lamarco and Sky Guasco. How's everybody doing out there this morning? We already got a bunch of questions, so we're just going to get right to it. No pleasantries today. It's the first bye week of the season. Here we go. We'll start off with John Alfano here. How you doing, John? Hope you're doing well. I will return your call tomorrow, by the way. I've been out of the office. Hello, everybody. We got a half-point PPR. We need to pick 2, so we'll just do this first question as well. Gibson, Hubbard, Moss, and then tight end, or we'll start there. Gibson, Hubbard, Moss. We'll go to you first, Levy. This is a good one. He's stacked there.
Oh, man. I'm going to go Gibson for sure. I regretted not playing him in a league last week. Let's see, Hubbard and Moss. I think I'm gonna go Chuba. You know, I'm a Chuba guy, so I'm gonna go Chuba and Gibson.
Sky?
I'm gonna go Gibby and Hubbard.
Bob?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna go Chuba as the workhorse and Gibson as well.
Yep. So Gibson would be my 1. Chuba would be my 2. Moss is just limited with the split shares. Hubbard has that higher upside on this one. Tight end question here. Conklin or Hooper? Sky?
I'm going to go Hooper. I think with Nick Chubb out, I think that the Browns are going to be forced to throw. Kareem Hunt obviously can take the bulk of the carries, but I think they're going to throw a little bit more in this game. I'm going to go Hooper here, and basically they're both touchdown or bust, and I'll take Hooper this week.
Oh, it's going to me. Sorry, boys. Yeah, I'm going to say, honestly, I don't have anything in front of me this 1 second, but I'm going to actually lean Tyler Conklin. I'm never going to go Austin Hooper. He fell behind David Njoku last week. Njoku's the one getting more routes now, and he's a part-time player. At least Conklin's running routes. So I'm going to go with Conklin and just the usage.
Yeah, I'm going to go Conklin here. Levy?
Yeah, I'm going Conklin as well. I made the mistake of playing Hooper last week, and I thought it was going to be a decent play for a deep dart throw. Didn't work out so well, so I'm going Conklin.
Yeah, the ghost of David Njoku returns yet again. Always present. Omnipresent, really. Need 2 wide receiver. A.J. Brown, Tyler Lockett. Or would you prefer Cobb, Patrick, Rondale Moore, or Kirk on a pickup basis? I'll take this to start. I understand the A.J. Brown hesitation here. You're going to have Trey White likely shadowing him. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. The Bills secondary, look, they give up some yards, but they will shut down touchdowns. AJ Brown, I still play him and Lockett here. I can understand a Tim Patrick pickup, but I'm going to roll with AJ Brown and Tyler Lockett here just because you start your studs. But Tim Patrick is a sneaky option here that I kind of like. Levy?
Yeah, I like Tim Patrick if you wanted to get crazy here and pick up one of these guys. But I'm not ballsy enough right now to start Patrick over Lockett or Brown. So I'm going to stick with the guns.
Yeah, I guess I agree here. They're significantly ranked higher because of who they are and what they can do. But Geno Smith favored DK Metcalf on Thursday, and I think that's going to continue. But Tyler Lockett, it only takes 1 play there. Tim Patrick's mostly, he gets the work nowadays, but it's mostly looking for a touchdown. And then you got to go with AJ Brown. I know it's been frustrating, but it's coming. And Trey White can't cover them both. So when he goes and covers Julio, assuming he's 100%, then I think AJ Brown's going to try to get going. So, and it's Monday night. I think it'll be a bit of a shootout there with the Bills. So I'll take AJ Brown and Tyler Lockett as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm not going to get balls. Rondale Moore's the one guy, though, I wrote in my article that I like a lot. He actually surpassed Kirk last week in routes, and he actually started getting more slot work. And now with no Max Williams for this week and Zach Ertz not playing, could be 4 wide receiver sets. I do like Moore a lot, but I don't got those guy-ohms, especially this early, to sit Lockett and Brown. So I'm going to go Lockett Brown.
Love it.
All right, Levy, let's pick it up.
All right, let's go. It's Fragger. Good morning, buddy. Made some trades here. Looking good. Love trading Chris Carson for Henderson, Hawk for Mixon, Gronk and Herbert for Lamar. Okay. Teams 1 and 4 need to make some moves. Let's get to his question, though. Pick 2 running backs and 1 flex in a full point PPR. Darrell Henderson Antonio Gibson, Joe Mixon, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Bob. So we need 2 running backs and a flex and a PPR. What do you got?
Jeez, I actually probably gonna have to. I mean, that's ridiculous. Going to go all running backs here. First off, Daryl Henderson's a must-start player. The guy's absolutely out of his mind. Giants' run defense is trash. Antonio Gibson against Kansas City. Chris Johnson's out. Big loss for them. And then Joe Mixon. No Samaje Perine doesn't sound like a big thing, but it actually is. Joe Mixon's going to be a workhorse against Detroit. So going with the running backs in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go running back heavy here. Daryl Henderson, you said it, Bob. I really like him this week. Him and Gibson, I'm super high on. Mixon's a question mark, but I still got to start my running backs in this scenario.
Yeah, give me the 3 running backs. Fire them in there. It's Fragger. Good luck. Also needs a defense. Broncos versus the Raiders, Bengals versus Detroit, Colts versus Houston, or Cowboys versus Pats. Who you going with, Buck?
I'm gonna go Cowboys here. Patriots have yet to score over 25 points in a matchup.
Okay, Bob.
Agreed. I actually do. Cowboys were my pickup of the week, so I actually am going Cowboys.
All right, clean sweep to start the defensive question. All right, let's go to Brooke. Good morning. Full PPR, Amari Cooper or Brandon Cooks, Bob?
Brandon Cooks. I talked about this in my matchup article, slot versus wide. I think against the Colts, he's got a great matchup. Amari Cooper is my preferred option over CeeDee Lamb in a vacuum, but in this scenario, it's going to be Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brandon Cooks here. Offense of 1. Deploy him.
Oh, man. I just can't do it. I'm going to go Cooper, but your answer is to go with Cooks. 2 out of 3 there, Brooke. Good luck. Tyler, PPR flex, Thielen, or Manny Sanders? Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work. Bucky, our resident Bills expert. What are we doing here?
Interesting. Sanders has really emerged, and everybody's still hesitant to throw him in there. On Monday night, I agree with Bob. I think it's going to be a high-scoring matchup. I'm going to go Manny Sanders here. Thielen, he produces, but in unconventional ways. So touchdowns, well, that's pretty conventional. But what I mean is, volume-wise, Emmanuel Sanders has really picked up the pace in terms of out-snapping Cole Beasley. Bills are deploying dual tight end sets, which is something new that they haven't been able to do in years previous. So Cole Beasley was active in tons of plays. Emmanuel Sanders is out there all the time, almost an equal snap share as Stephon Diggs. He's the secondary wide receiver. I'm going to go with Manny Sanders here. I actually love his matchup for this week.
Sanders ran more routes than Diggs last week. He was actually the leader on the team. Yeah, I think you just got to go with the routes. The Tennessee Titans are just horrible against receivers, and I think you just roll with. I think Emmanuel Sanders has emerged as the number 2. Beasley was 5th on the team in routes last week, so it's definitely Sanders.
R.I.P. Beasley. Buck, hate to say it, but I'm going Manny Sanders as well.
He's still on the team. He's sucking it up. He's dealing with it like a man by deleting his Twitter and yelling at Bills fans.
They're just punishing him for not being vaxxed. That's what it is. It's got to be, right? We Boston. Start 3. Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, Darrell Williams, Julio Jones, or T. Higgins in a full point PPR. Bob, we need 3 of these.
Yeah. Jesus. I don't think I'm going to – I don't know what to deal with Julio just yet. I'm going to pass on Julio and Higgins. Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, and Darrell Williams for me in this one.
Same 3.
Same 3 for me. Can't bench Williams right now. Like the Cooks matchup, and I'm going to go with Williams over the other options there. Dennis, what's up? Thanks for joining, buddy. Half-point PPR, need 1. Herbert, Booker, or A.J. Brown? Tough question. Who you got, Buck?
Khalil Herbert. No question for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Khalil Herbert as well. I like the matchup against Green Bay.
I will also go with Herbert. Good luck to you, Dennis.
All right, we got Nicholas Cole here. Good to see you, boys. Good to see you, Nick. I hope you're doing well on this beautiful Sunday morning. All right, flex, PPR, Daryl Henderson, Adam Thielen, Bob Woods with an LOL in there. I'm going Daryl Henderson. Great matchup this week, and he's really turned it on.
Always Henderson. Always Henderson, in my opinion. The guy's an RB1 when he plays. He's legit. Absolutely.
Nicholas, appreciate the support, buddy, but it is Henderson all day. Good luck. Fire him in there. Be confident. No laughing here, buddy. Let's see. We get this one? No.
Nope.
We Boston. Start one. Herbert, Tony, or Darrell Williams. Bucky, who you got?
Oh, see, this is tough because the Bears offense is just set up to run the football. And one part of me says stick with the requisite touches. But then you look at the emergence of Kadarius Toney, and that tells me full PPR. I think a floor of 5 catches. They will look to get him involved. I'm taking Kadarius Toney. I mean, what an electric route runner, finisher of plays, and all around. He's got a good right hook. So they say.
Does it make you nervous with Shepard coming back, though?
No.
No,
it actually helps him.
He played out wide last week, and he did really good. So that's good. And plus, Darius Williams, the top outside cornerback for the Rams, is out. In my notable injuries section, I have it. But that's something that's worth noting because Ramsey plays in the slot now. But I just think that from me, I know with no Damien Williams, no David Montgomery, that Herbert's going to get all the work. I mean, he's going to flirt with 20 touches. So I'm just going to take Herbert. I'm going to take what I know, and I think he's going to – in the matchup against Green Bay is actually pretty good. So I'm going to go with that.
All right, Levy, you're the guy with the gavel in your hands.
I'm just not a big Darrell Williams guy. I know the touches should be there, but I love Tony, man. I that was like my play of the week last week, and it worked out well. But I'm going to go with Herbert. I'm going to give me the touches, the guaranteed requisite touches. I will go with Herbert. Good luck, we Boston.
I'm starting to not even know myself anymore. Look at me. I'm anti-Buck now, and I'm Buck.
And well, I mean, you picked a Gator. I don't blame you.
It has nothing to do with that.
I know.
All right, a little bit.
Come here now, Beach, on Twitch. Alex Collins, Lat Murray, Kareem Hunt need 2.5 point PPR. Sky, let's go with you first. And he also says, hello, Sky.
Hey, Beach. Good morning. I want to give a quick shout out to Beach. First of all, heavy presence on Twitch. Appreciate all the Twitch family starting to kick up the gears here. And also in every show. And Beach, when we do our game previews for the week, always puts in the score projections. So we're keeping track of you, Beach. Well done. Collins, Murray, Hunt. Hunt is automatic with Chubb out, of course. And then Latavius Murray, Alex Collins. I'm going to go Collins here. I think Murray is more touchdown or bust, which could happen, of course, with the Ravens. But Collins, I think, will get all the work there otherwise. So I'm going to go with Collins and Hunt.
Same too. Hunt's an automatic all day. If I see Hunt in a question just to spite Bob, I'm going with Kareem Hunt. And Alex Collins would be my secondary here.
Same.
Same,
I'm gonna spite myself, so I'm good with Hunt all day. Buck doesn't know who he is anymore. I'm starting to lose myself. This show is going dark, people. We're gonna have a nice emo presence by 10 a.m. this morning on the West Coast. I'm pretty excited.
I'm actually back in Cali right now. I'm feeling for you guys. I did the live shows for 2 years at 7 in the morning, and honestly, I forgot how bad it sucks. I went straight to Starbucks as soon as my alarm went off at 6 o'clock this morning.
Dude, absolutely.
Sam Crow Nomad, Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins? The question of the week every week.
Yeah.
And we always tell you it's Kyler Murray, but is anyone changing their mind this week for Sam Crow Nomad?
Most certainly not.
No Cliff Kingsbury, huh? We're nervous. No, I'm gonna still go Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I was actually considering this with the Cliff Kingsbury news. By the way, if anyone's unfamiliar, he tested positive for COVID. He's out for this game. They have no, I believe it's no defensive coordinator, head coach. Is there a
QB
quarterback's coach too?
Yeah.
3 coaches. Yep. Yeah. So they're in a tough spot there. However, Kyler Murray can beat you anyway. He'd like to. And the Browns secondary got devastated last week. They lost 3 starters last week. So I'm going to roll with Kyler again.
I just have one observation here is Cliff Kingsbury, essentially Mr. Coach Klein from the Waterboy, where he's the only one with the blue book of plays. So none of the other offensive staff know anything about this playbook whatsoever.
Yeah, he's winging it, but I think they're going to be okay. I mean, with the presence of James Conner, the Cardinals should be fine.
Yes.
There it is. Get in there, Beach.
Ooh, I don't know about this prediction, though. Chargers are good.
They are good.
Ravens are pretty good too, pal.
I know. We got this one for you, Wee Boston. We went with the first three. So there you go. Status of Zeke and Melvin Gordon. Bob, do you have any injury updates for us yet?
Oh, yeah, man. I got a bunch of – I'm ready to rock, folks. You guys, we just rolled right into it today. We came in hot. Ryan's on the West Coast, so he's like grumpy, and he's like, let's just get right into this. I got Sky jumping off 5 minutes in. I mean, we're losing it over here on the Sunday Live, so it's not even a start-sit show anymore. I don't even know what this is. But anyway, Zeke and Melvin Gordon are both in this week. That was one of the updates on the Instagrams that I posted in my story. Good news, but let's talk about some notable injuries. Why not? I got some sweet swag for us. Notable injuries. Ryan, if you could drop that little logo down there. Xavier Howard, the early game window's already started. We don't need to worry about that. Sammy Watkins out against the Chargers. Rashad Bateman in. So if Bateman owners, if you're in a deeper league and you need to struggle to find a wide receiver 3, Bateman could get a lot of usage right away with Watkins out. Darius Williams, we just brought this up, on the outside. Kadarius Toney's going to be the biggest benefactor of this injury. I think he's going to be a good play this week. Kenny Golladay out. Saquon Barkley out. That also helps Tony. Shepard will probably see Shepard is back, but you see a lot of Jalen Ramsey in the slots. Devontae Booker is going to come up a lot today. Not the greatest matchup against the Rams, but it is a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast for a 1 o'clock game. Maybe upset. Let's go Giants. CH out. Darrell Williams in. Washington football team has been pretty good against running backs this season, so I think Williams is a solid play. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Khalil Herberts of the world are probably better starts in this game. Washington football team is going to be down multiple playmakers. Terry McLaurin, it sounds like he's in, but he might be limited with a questionable hammy that he pulled in Friday's practice, so something to monitor there. I think Ricky Seals-Jones, let's go to SeaWorld and watch the Seals play around today. I think that's going to be a fun one against Kansas City. Packers, 2 top cornerbacks are out. Jair Alexander, Kevin King. That's 2 for 1 for you folks. I think if you need a wide receiver this week, let's go back in time, take a time machine, back to the future style, and go to 2020 when Allen Robinson was a stud. I think this is the first week Allen Robinson actually gets you top 24 wide receiver value. Probably not. Probably top 30, but whatever. I'm going bold today because someone's got to step up on the Sunday Live show. Damien Williams out. We talked about this a bunch. Nick Chubb out, of course, because we got Kareem Hunt is going to spite me today. Just shove it right up my whoop. It's too early for bad words. Chris Carson, he's also out. Alex Collins in. Tough matchup against Pittsburgh on the road. Geno Smith, are we feeling it? Let's talk a little Geno today. That'll get us going. And then Juju Smith-Schuster is out against Seattle. He's out for the season. Claypool played 40% of his snaps in the slot last week when Juju went out. Interesting stuff, folks. Back to you, Ryan.
All right, we got here Scotty Boy coming in hot, scaring us all as always. Rate this trade. Traded Marty Ice and Gaskin for Aaron Rodgers and McKissick. Already has Gibson. I'm going to rate that trade as a win for you. I think McKissick with the utilization so far. I mean, we talked about it, Bob, a couple weeks back on our Wednesday show. I mean, it's staggering with the share count. I mean, the thing is you have Gibson, so at least you have a handcuff there and a valuable one at that, but you also have a flex option depending on matchups. But you got the much better quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. You definitely won that trade. Do I start Rodgers or Wentz today? We'll go to you first, Bob.
I'm still going to roll with Aaron Rodgers. I know the Texans have been the most like, yay, good job, 1-4 team I've ever seen in my life. Everyone thought they were going to be a disaster. They've been competitive. I think that game could be more defense focused. I think the Colts D can hold down Davis Mills. So I'm going to actually go Aaron Rodgers this week against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, familiar opponent with the Bears and Aaron Rodgers. I like this. And also, I'm going to give you the dub here on this trade. Marty Ice with Calvin Ridley coming back after the bye. I think they get right. Cordero Patterson's been playing really well. And Gaskins, whatever, he's involved. But Aaron Rodgers and McKissick, I think, is the dub there. So well done.
Levy?
Yeah, I'm not a Marty Ice guy at all. And Gaskin's just okay. So I love the trade for you there, buddy. And I'm starting Rodgers over Wentz, especially against the Bears. I think I'm going to do it every week, though. I'm not a big Wentz guy. So appreciate the support as always, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to go Rodgers here as well. Buck Army, Bills Mafia. Love you, Scotty.
Yes. Well, and one more thing about the Packers in general, just in case this comes up more often, because the Packers are on the road at the Bears. Without those cornerbacks Bobby mentioned, this could be low-key shootout here, which keeps Rodgers actively pushing the ball down the field to Devontae Adams, which we love.
Yes. Reese says pick 5, but he's given us 4 options. So I'm not 100% sure what the question is on this one.
Let's just pick 3.
Let's pick 3. Bob.
I'm just
Who's your
saying.
top 3?
I'm just saying. It makes the most sense here, folks. Yeah, Terry McLaurin's injury is a little concerning. I think the problem is we got burnt last week. Courtland Sutton had a great matchup. I faded him because of the injury on Friday's practice. I'm not going to do that again. So I think against Kansas City, they're going to have to throw. McLaurin's just going to be good. So I think McLaurin's in. I favor Keenan Allen. The Ravens are a slot funnel defense. They do a lot of productions to the slot. Keenan Allen, I think, is one of my favorite starts of the week. Comes down to Chase and Mike Williams. The Bengals are facing Detroit today. I am not going to sit Jamar Chase. So I'm going to actually sit Mike Williams this week. Have these guys.
Yeah, that's really tough. If he's healthy and active, I don't see a way I can sit Mike Williams, but who else are you going to?
Sorry, boys. Here's the other 2 options. So
Wow.
they're okay. So we need
Reese throwing curveballs here.
We need East Coast Ryan back. I don't even know what's happening.
Well, it's down a couple, but we need 5 of these 6 basically. So you got to bench one between Chase, Williams, Allen, Terry, Herbert, or D. Williams.
Mike Williams. I still sit Mike Williams here.
He's questionable too, and we know that his injury history is lengthy. But if Williams is active, I have to play Williams. I would sit probably it's Darrell Williams, right? Yeah, I would sit Williams personally.
Okay.
Sitting Mike Williams still. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think I'm going to sit Darrell. I'm with Sky, so the house is divided.
Ooh.
I mean, I just think game script favors Darrell Williams. But
that's
Andy
my
Reid
line of
doesn't.
thinking. It's just the offense. I understand he does, and if he's the bell cow, blah blah blah. But that's just not how they do it. Dennis, fired up. I like to see that. Good morning.
Are we going to see a Jerick McKinnon day? That would be great.
Get the hell out of here. No. No. I refuse.
Bills Mafia, Dennis. I don't know if you saw it last week, but this guy behind me was flying around the field laying licks. Crushing souls. Called this 2 years ago.
I think he had 2. I think I counted 2 audible shout outs on the broadcast as well, Bob. That's a lot for defensive linemen.
Especially one that was on practice squads on 6 different teams.
Well done. He's the Mostert of defense. That's great.
Yeah, he is. Love that guy.
All right, Sky, you're up first on this one. For Sam Crow Nomad, if Zeke and or Melvin Gordon play, who should I start? 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Zeke, Gordon, Eckler, Herbert, Julio Jones, Brandon Cooks, and DK Metcalf. So we need 5 here, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Who you got, Sky?
So it says if they play. Bob, they're trending thumbs up, correct?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's assume they play. So let's go Zeke, Austin Eckler. Those are my running backs. That's easy. Julio, Brandon Cooks, DK Metcalf. I'm going DK Metcalf for sure. Caught that touchdown late from Geno Smith. And Julio versus the Bills. I'm going to wait one more week on Julio, although I love my man. I'm going to go Brandon Cooks versus the Colts here and DK Metcalf. And then a flex, Khalil Herbert. So I'm going to go Zeke, Eckler, Herbert, Cooks, Metcalf. Did I cover all those?
Yep. Same 5, staying alive, baby. Let's go.
All right.
Yep.
Sorry to have to work through all that, everybody.
No, we appreciate it because now I don't have to say anything. I can just be like, I agree with Sky. Good job. It's beautiful.
Next.
Same here. You're making my life easy over here. I love it. Same 5. Good luck, Sam Crow Nomad. Dalton Schultz or Noah Fant, Bucky?
Fant.
Yeah, who's the
Schultz.
the Patriots are so good against tight ends. It's insane. It really is really bad. Denver. Sorry, I need to work through this for a second. Raiders. Yeah, I'm actually going to go Noah Fant in this one.
I will fire in Noah Fant as well. Good luck to you, Sam Crow Nomad. My favorite Twitch username.
Question here really quickly. Bill Belichick shuts down the biggest threat on offense. Who does he target? The run game, the pass game, Amari Cooper, somebody else? What do we do here with Bill Belichick versus the Cowboys this morning?
I'll take
Pray.
I think he stops the run and he trusts his guys in man coverage against CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper.
Okay, I agree. Therefore, I'm just not sure somebody's going to match up one-on-one the whole game with Dalton Schultz. And if they double cover the other guys, Schultz might be that guy.
It must be October, man. I mean, like, who would have thought this September 1 that would be like, no one's going to match up with Dalton Schultz?
I mean, come on. Who can cover Dalton Schultz
one-on-one? I don't even know if he even exists ever. So I agree with Sky, but I'm still going to go Noah Fant.
I'm still waiting on Gavin Escobar. When is he emerging for the boys?
6-year breakout.
That's a show we should do, is the guys that we're still waiting on that's never happened. I mean, we all have that guy. I mean, just
I call
like
Chris
Royce
Herndon.
Freeman. Royce Freeman's over there. I mean, I've been waiting for Royce. I've been driving a Rolls Royce I couldn't afford 5 years ago because of him, and he still hasn't showed up. So it's been great.
Chris Herndon, man, that's a throwback right there.
Oh,
I believed in him at one point.
I think we all did. Yeah.
Saul, pick one in a half-point PPR, AR 15, Cole Beasley or Henry Ruggs. Bob, who you got?
Go.
Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Allen Robinson this week because Cole Beasley, like I said, fell to 5th in routes. Kansas City stuck against the slot receiver anyway. Henry Ruggs got the Broncos. Not really a great and exciting matchup there. So I'm going to go A-Rob. Let's go two top cornerbacks down. I'm going A-Rob in this one.
Yeah, Allen Robinson is questionable. And if he's actually hurt and if he misses this game, it could come out after the fact that he's not been 100% the first month of the season, which would be great news because at least then he would have an excuse. I'm going to go Allen Robinson one more week as well here. But if you're in a league where you're looking for, that boom or bust week winning upside, it's of course Ruggs. I would stay away from Beasley though. Right now, he's a distant 5th right now on the team.
Yeah, it seems like he's persona non grata up in Buffalo for the coaching staff there.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, something's up, and he's trying to handle it like a pro. But I had this question posed to me via text earlier this morning. I went Allen Robinson, citing the same reasons, the injuries there on the defensive back, and Allen Robinson. You got to break out now. Hopefully, they've eased Fields in, and now they'll let him rip a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going Robinson as well, boys. Buck, you got us on the super down there?
John Kennedy, how you doing? Full PPR. Context, Stafford at QB, Mixon, Eckler, Jonathan Taylor, Damian Harris, Javonte Williams at RB. Should he trade Taylor or Mixon for Kyler Murray? Yes, 100%.
Trade Mixon.
I want Kyler Murray.
Well, he's got Stafford at QB.
Stafford.
So
I still want Kyler.
Yeah, but I mean, so we're talking here. He's got Mixon, Eckler, Taylor, and then Damian Harris has been fine, but he hasn't been great. Javonte Williams hasn't shown up yet. So really,
he will though.
So the question comes: is it all right? So you're thinking Javonte Williams and Kyler Murray is better than Stafford and JT? I don't.
No, I'm not trading JT. I'm holding on to JT tightly like a pillow.
So you're trading Mixon. So Mixon.
I'm trading Mixon.
So you rather have Kyler Murray and Javonte Williams than Mixon and Stafford?
Yes.
Okay.
And here's my reason. Javonte Williams, through the first 5 weeks of this season, he's been one of the most effective at breaking tackles in the NFL, period. That will come to fruition with the production at some point. It has to. He's a good player. He's a rookie. I think he's going to be one of those league winners towards the end of the year. I really believe that.
I would 100% agree with Buck. And he's been I've been saying this since week 2. And it hasn't really showed up in the stat line, but he's tremendously more efficient overall per carry, per touch, and just looks better than Melvin Gordon. And we see this with rookies every year, and we're getting to that point in the season where they start breaking out a little bit. Melvin Gordon already questionable. I agree. I would take Kyler and Javonte over Stafford and Mixon. Keep Jonathan Taylor, though.
Yeah, yes. I would keep JT for sure. I mean, I'm okay with the trade. I believe in Stafford personally, so
I do too. I just think
Stafford, to pair him up maybe.
Murray is one of the few quarterbacks I would think is an upgrade overall to Stafford. That's all. I love Matt Stafford, but if you can get Murray instead, I would do that.
All right, I hear you. Appreciate the support, John. Kicker question, Bob.
Yeah.
There you go. You're going Prater, Greg Joseph, McLaughlin, Gano, Hopkins, or your boy Randy.
Reggie Bullock.
All right. First of all, let's talk about this real quick. Dustin Hopkins is my kicker start of the week, so I like him a lot. But I brought this up on my yesterday's show. Michael Badgley, the replacing kicker for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to have him. And I guarantee you he's going to get enough opportunities today in that game against the Texans to be a K1. So I'm going Badgley if you can get him. Obviously you can, but Dustin Hopkins is that he's a known commodity. He plays for the Washington football team, but they're playing at home. We have to check weather forecast today. I'm pretty sure there's wind in Cleveland, which that's irrelevant here. But I actually think I'm going to go with Dustin Hopkins, but I'm going to regret it because I know Michael Badger is going to be the K1 this week. Top 12.
We'll get Buck on a weather report when he comes back.
Love it. Who are you going with, Sky?
Yeah, I'm going to follow Bob on this one. We'll go Hopkins.
Yeah, I love a good Florida State kicker. So for me, it's always between Gano and Hopkins. So I will go with Bob as well. Fireman there.
Woo! Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate the support.
Hold on a
Defensive
second.
question. Go
Sebastian Janikowski? Am I reaching there for – okay.
Oh, that's Florida State, baby.
All right. Had to turn back the archives there for a second, but just throwing that out there. All right, move on.
Dude, a lefty kicker from Florida State, just a dreamboat. I love that guy.
Wasn't he like he was like a one-step kicker too, and he could just drop 60-yard bombs. It wasn't even like he was like an unreal person. It was
the dude was like 245 with just a log. I mean,
he's one of the best kickers the NFL has ever seen.
Hey, Bucky. Well, why don't you take this question off? We did have a question specifically about some weather. Could you give us a weather report after this question, please?
Sure.
What city did we want the weather report in?
It's the Washington-Cleveland game, I believe.
That's right. Okay.
No, it's Washington's playing KC today.
Washington, KC.
And Cleveland's the only one. When I was looking at this last night, Cleveland's the only game that I saw that there's high winds, and that's just something we have to monitor because that could be something interesting this week because that Browns game. Remember last year, there was like that 3-game stretch where it was just terrible weather and every passing game sucked. So we just have to be aware of the Cleveland wind factor. So Buck, that's just one I saw last night you might want to check out. We have another super though, folks, down there. Official Savage. What's up, man? One of my faves.
I'll get to that DST really quickly. I just want to cover that quickly. The Colts, Broncos, and Cowboys are 4, 5, and 6 in my DST rankings. I'm going to go with the Broncos against the Raiders at home. Secondary is great, and with all this Gruden stuff, I'm a bit concerned about the Raiders and Derek Carr overall. So I'm going to go with the Denver defense in that group that we just had on the screen there.
I'm going to go Dallas.
Dallas for me.
Yeah, I'll go Dallas.
All right. With Debo on bye, start Tim Patrick or Julio, both without great matchups. Bob, we'll start with you.
Yeah. A.J. Brown is someone I think might get shadowed by Tre'Davious White, and I think that means Julio might have a better matchup. So I think I'm going to lean Julio here. The Raiders are really good against outside receivers. Really good. It's weird. It doesn't even make any sense, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go Julio Jones. I'm going to take the talent. Go with Julio on Monday night.
Sam.
Julio for me, shootout.
Savage, thank you for the support as always, buddy. I'm going Julio as well.
You guys mind for a second if we do a quick reminder of what we're doing here today, folks?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to make sure you guys know that we're excited to announce that our partnership with Good Sports. Good Sports is a youth charity. It's an organization that helps supply equipment and resources to underprivileged communities to help kids play sports. So now the TCK Pod and Fantasy Focus team is now partnered with them. We're donating 10% of all our donations. So every time you donate for a super chat, if you're watching on Twitch or Periscope or Facebook and you don't have a YouTube account, you can actually use the TCK Pod Venmo account. You'll get your questions right away, but you're also 10% of your donation to us will go to Good Sports. We're excited for our partnership. It really goes a long way to help us. We're also now just trying to give back a little bit, and Good Sports is now a part of our family. So we want to give back 10% of all our donations to Good Sports.
Love it. All right, Bucky, as our resident Bills expert, you are up first on this one. Moss or Pollard in PPR for Dried Ocean?
Muted, Bucky.
Bucky, you're muted.
Bill's going to put up points tomorrow night. Moss is a huge part of that. I'm going Zach Moss.
I thought I was watching Squid Game. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, they got me.
Man, it's too early. 7:30 a.m. is too early for Squid Game.
Oh,
Definitely too early for Squid Game.
I still haven't watched it, Buck. I got to get on it. You're the only person that has convinced me that I have to watch it. So I've been seeing all the memes. I'm like, well, Buck said I should watch it. So I'm
I'm
going to
telling
get
you
on
right
it.
now, it's too early for Squid Game.
But you have to watch the subtitle version, right?
Yes, subtitle
Yeah,
version.
Subtitle
Yeah.
version. All right, I'm gonna go Zach Moss, guys. Zach Moss is slowly approaching like a 2/3 share of this running back touches. And this matchup, he's got Tennessee. I think he's gonna be great this week. Go Zach Moss.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Moss as well. If there's any funny stuff with Zeke, obviously go Pollard here, but I'm gonna go Moss.
Yeah, I'm a Moss guy. Let's go. Fire him in there, Dio.
Good. Yeah.
All right, Matt, appreciate the love and support here. Pick 2, Khalil Herbert, Kadarius Toney, Cole Beasley, Sterling Shepard, 1 for receiver, 1 for flex. So we need 1 receiver and 1 flex out of this group.
Herbert and Tony for me.
Herbert and Toney for me.
I agree with
Fire
these
him in
guys.
there.
I agree with those
Clean
guys.
sweep.
Boom.
Appreciate the
Thanks,
support, Matt. Moguli, standard PPR. Need a flex. Cooper, Sanders, Herbert, or Boyd, Bob. Who you got? Just need 1 here. PPR.
I'm gonna go Herbert. I gotta take the running back touches in this one. I think if it's gonna be receiver, it's gonna go Herbert then Sanders. Cooper's got New England. Boyd has Detroit. I think he's gonna be fine actually, but I'm gonna go Herbert this week.
Yeah, because it's the standard PPR always throws me off. Okay, so PPR.
Thanks, ESPN.
Right.
Yeah. Come on. We got to get Field Yates on the program here soon and talk it out with him a little bit. I'm gonna go Khalil Herbert here as well.
Khalil.
Give me Khalil.
I hope this
Go
works out,
Fins.
man. I was repping him unnecessarily preseason. I really hope this works out.
For just my emotional state.
I really liked him coming out of college, but he just got buried on that depth chart. And I was like, if he gets a chance, yada yada, he should be good. And hopefully it works out. This is the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm the idiot that blew his whole fab budget on Damien Williams. And of course, where I own Monty and didn't pick up Herbert. So that sucks. Go Fins, Tua doing pretty good for first game back. Yeah, I agree. I love to see that he's looking for Gesicki as well. That's encouraging because I know he doesn't look for him as much as he should. Do I stick with Chase Edmonds or go with James Conner or Alex Collins in PPR? Sky.
Edmonds.
Lucky.
Edmonds, he's a little banged up, boys, and you got the blue book that's locked in the safe in his quarantine room there for Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know, man. I'm going to go Alex Collins here.
Ooh.
Bob, you said you're going Edmonds, right?
Correct.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give Edmonds another go here. I feel like it's gonna be an Edmonds week. So let's go, Aaron. Fire him in there. Good luck to you, buddy. Joey, need 2 wide receivers. I got Woods, Claypool, and Sutton, Bucky. 2 of those 3. Who you got?
Claypool and Bob Woods.
Bob.
Agree. Same guys.
Yeah, samesies. Woods obviously showed up finally last week, and it was a volcano ready to erupt. It finally did. And look, with Juju out, man, minimal targets. I think Najee gets more work in the pass game, believe it or not, and then Claypool's going to get a bump there too. So I'll take him. Bob mentioned earlier the Raiders are surprisingly good against outside wide receivers there. So I'm going to go Claypool and Woods also.
Yeah, let's go. Clean sweep. Just got to show some love here from Sam Crow Nomad.
This is huge,
You guys
man.
are the best. Always watching the show on Sunday, and every other day y'all have a show when I'm not at work. I appreciate everything y'all do for your viewers. Keep up the great work and have a great football Sunday. Had to hit you up with a kicker and Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins questions like always, Buck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Always
Sam,
appreciate you, Sam. Always.
Sam means a lot, brother. Thank you
Yeah,
so much
absolutely.
for tuning in. Yeah, always on the live streams as well. And again, another Twitch folks. So appreciate y'all starting to stream up with us.
Yes, love it. Joey, start Stafford or Kyler? Oh, that's interesting.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
It's always Kyler though, right?
So
Yeah.
let me jump in on this. So obviously the one question was based on a trade for rest of season. For this particular game, folks, we got the Winds up in Cleveland. They are howling.
Are they?
I wondered if that might affect Kyler Murray. So I like Stafford's matchup more. Even though Cleveland got torched last week, that was just a boat race of a game overall. I just think Stafford has a really good game against Bob's beloved New York Football Giants.
Oh.
I'm going Matt Stafford here, and it's not easy for me to say that.
Buck, when you looked at the weather report, what are the winds like? Is it like 25 miles per hour? What are we looking at here? Are we looking
22 to 24.
Okay, that's something. Yeah, my personal opinion though is that West Coast. I always feel like West Coast teams when they go to a 1:00 game on the East Coast, they always have a letdown. So I can see the Rams like not coming out and being dominant for some reason. I don't think I'm going to sit Kyler because even if they can't throw, Kyler will rush the ball for fucking 70 yards on a touchdown. So I'm still going to go Kyler Murray in this one.
Aren't the Cardinals doing the same thing though? Cardinals are heading east as well from the West Coast.
Yeah, but they're not on. It's not. It's Central Time. It's not. Isn't it?
No, Cleveland is East Coast.
So I'm going to say shut up. Then
time zone maps not exactly Bob's strength.
Hey, I got kickers. All right, I can tell you who's injured. I can tell you something a little bit about weather, but when it comes to time zones, I'm out, and that's it. I can only do so much for the podcast, guys. Yeah, I guess whatever, man. All right, in that case, I'll just go Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride Kyler Murray as well. I mean, it's I just can't see myself sitting Kyler Murray.
There you go. Oh, I missed this one. Well, he ended up coming back, Reese, with pick 3 of those 4. So we decided we were benching Williams, I believe, collectively here.
Yep.
Or Darrell Williams.
Yep. All right. Andriotti, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. T. Higgins or Hollywood in a PPR, Bucky?
Hollywood Brown. I like hot. I like things that are hot. I like a nice hot sandwich. I like a nice hot dog.
Nice
like
cheesesteak.
Nice hot Hollywood.
Not worried about the Chargers DST.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I am. I'm going to stick with my boy T. Higgy.
I mean, I guess, can we just talk about the fact that the Bengals don't throw the ball as much as we thought? I mean, outside of Jameis Winston, the Bengals are the lowest dropbacks per game. Like, it's insane. Like, if you looked at that preseason, I thought they were going to be like top 5 in passing volume. They're not. They're bottom 2. That's nuts to me. That's really helped. That's really strong. Now they're playing Detroit. I don't know. I just don't know if there's going to be enough volume to make Higgins, Boyd, and Chase. And now Chase is the alpha. Give me Hollywood Brown.
The Ravens are at home. The Ravens are at home.
Are you changing your mind?
It's got to happen at some point, right? Like the Bengals are not going to be able to not throw the ball this much. Like it just seems weird. At some point, it's going to explode. I think it will, but I just don't know if Detroit is the matchup where they're going to have to drop back, 40 times and chuck it. Because the Lions, I think Joe Mixon just eats them alive on the ground today.
Yeah, that's true. And I think the Cardinal, and I'm thinking too much about the Chargers secondary versus what Herbert could do. Carson Wentz, ladies and gentlemen, put up 400 yards on the Ravens. Herbert could put up that and a half. So, you know what? I am going to change. I'm going to go with Hollywood over Higgy. God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Team Hollywood as well, Andriotti. Let's go. Clean sweep. That quad shot starting to hit, boys. Watch out. I'm waking up. I'm almost approaching East Coast time zone.
I love
Here we
it.
go.
Let's go,
Nicholas Cole.
I'm on lozenge number 2 in the morning, so I'm on my way as well.
You sound very raspy. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's very
my show
soothing
voice.
to hear you. It's very soothing to hear your voice early in the morning, Sky.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Got a random question. What's your guys' thoughts on the Ertz trade? I'm fighting to pick him up. Bob, what do you think?
I love it, man. Look at Max Williams was putting up numbers in this offense, and with Kyler Murray playing as an MVP, I think Zach Ertz is going to step right into that role, and he's actually a better player, even at this stage in his career, catching the football. So I think Zach Ertz immediately goes in, and I think he's going to be a solid tight end one rest of the season. I guess how much fab would you guys spend? Let's say you don't have a tight end. Let's say you just been at the wasteland. Let's say you have a $100 budget. You spent $70. Look at me with this scenario. You guys feeling it right now? You got $70 left. How much of that 70 are you spending on Zach Ertz to get a tight end one rest of season? Sky, down to you first.
If you need a tight end, $7.
Buck?
I'd probably put one out there though, because no one's picking up Zach Ertz yet. And you're probably the only one that doesn't have a tight end, so I would not overpay.
Wow.
But if you do need one, then sure. And yeah, I mean, this is going to help, and that offense is going to be great. But again, first week without Cliff Kingsbury, it'll be interesting to see what they do today.
I don't know why you're throwing shots at my theoretical teams, guy. I struggled at tight end. I had Logan Thomas. He got hurt. You didn't know that. So how do you not know I didn't have a good tight end?
Because you already picked up Ricky Seals-Jones. What do you want me to do?
That's touche. Touche. All right, Buck, back over to you.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable just blowing it. I'd put 30 on it just because
Wow.
if I don't have any options, here's the deal. That is the missing link there in Arizona, and they're already damn good. So you bring him in. I think with their outside threats, you get him involved. He's going to be the seam route master for Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray, he'll be able to just dink and dunk with Zach Ertz, and he'll be a huge red zone threat, which is something that, quite honestly, they lack a little bit of. So I think that he's going to be a major factor. And I don't want to stream tight ends. I don't want to put in the Chargers backup tight end, Donald Parham, every single week and feel good about it. I'd rather spend the money and solidify my entire roster from top to bottom.
Wow.
Buck throwing shade at Darnell Parham and AJ Green there as a non-red zone threat. Yikes. Shots fired.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm actually spot on with Sky on this one. 10% of my fat budget max. There's just a lot of mouths to feed in Arizona. He's not playing this week. I don't think you're allowed to play in 2 weeks in the NFL.
No,
Two
you
games
can't.
in the same week.
You can't play 18 games in a season. No.
Come on, bro.
Spotting
Slow
him
down,
10 and a
Zach.
half? That'd be
Slow
sweet.
down, Zach.
All right, Luke, AJ Dillon, Murray, Stevenson, or Collins in a half-point PPR. Sky, we need one of these running backs. Who you got?
Collins.
Alex Collins.
Bob.
Collins.
For me as well. Dennis has another one. Have PPR, one slot available and could snag free agents for week 7 before waiver wire. Callaway, Mitchell. Did he have others here?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here.
Seals,
Here's
Jones,
his question.
or Njoku, right?
There we go. There's the full question.
Oh, yeah.
Leaning Callaway. Alternates are Mitchell, Sermon, Crowder, Davis, Galladay, Murray, Anderson. So basically, are you picking up anyone over these guys over Callaway?
Man, you guys remember Robbie Anderson?
Yeah.
I miss his hair.
Elijah Mitchell.
Listen, 9 carries to 1 for Trey Sermon. I know Jeff Wilson's a looming threat to come back too, but
Not till late
Mitchell.
November at this point, though.
Exactly. So my
Yeah.
thing is, you're going to get Jimmy G is going to be the starter when they come back, probably. That's going to go back to the traditional run game. I think Elijah Mitchell is going to be an absolute stud. So I'm going to go Elijah Mitchell. I think he should be scooped up everywhere if he's available.
I'm going to go Corey Davis first and then Elijah Mitchell here. But I understand what you're saying. But leaning Callaway, Bob already said, Jameis has the least dropbacks in the league,
Which is insane. Think about that.
He's been disciplined. He's a new disciplined man.
Quick reminder for anyone not paying attention for some reason, Trevor Lawrence is definitely a rookie quarterback. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, you see
Right.
how many short balls he's out there junking around?
Bro. Dude, move on.
Seals, Jones, or Njoku, Bob?
Seals Jones, for me here. The guy ran the second most routes on the team, was the slot receiver. Actually ran the most slot routes.
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin's banged up. Patrick Mahomes is going to light it up. Ricky Seals Jones.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, just think of him as Logan Thomas. I mean, Logan Thomas has had a nice couple of years, but he's not incredible, right? And Ricky Seals-Jones, super athletic, so I think he can fill that slot well. And so far he has. David Njoku had not been heard of for 3 seasons. He had a huge game last week. Let's not read too far into that until we see it multiple times. For now, I'm going Seals-Jones as well.
Seal it with Seals-Jones. Seal the deal.
Yes. Kenny, you got to go with Seals Jones. If I'm not mistaken, he played like 95% of the snaps last week as well.
Yeah, Washington likes that tight end, man. I mean, think back to Greg Olsen back in the day with the Panthers. Ron Rivera wants that tight end active.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Sky, you're up first on this one. For Joshua, pick 2, Lockett, Mike Williams, OBJ, Manny Sanders, or Tony. We're not sure on format, so let's assume half-point PPR.
Boy, you got a lot of coin flips in here. I'm not loving Tyler Lockett, but amongst this group, I think you got to play him. And I know we just said earlier to sit Mike Williams among that group. However, among this group, if he's active, I'm playing him. Emmanuel Sanders could have huge games, but not guaranteed. Tony is playing well. Is there any reason not to play Tony, actually? Am I overthinking this year? Galladay's out.
I think he might be.
Mike Williams and Tony.
Oh,
I'm off Lockett, personally.
Okay.
I'm going Sanders and Tony.
Wow. Okay. Bob, who you got?
I agree with Buck. I just think Sanders got he's running the routes. He's out there full time. And the Tennessee Titan game, they don't got anybody that can slow them down. And then Tony, I talked this with Darius Williams is out, the top outside cornerback for the Rams. I think that's awesome. So I'm going to go those two guys. Lock it on the road in Pittsburgh with Geno. A lot of moving parts there, so that's why I'm fading him.
Injury aside, why are we fading Mike Williams? Am I missing something this morning? Is he that banged up? Like, dude, he's the number 3 wide. Yeah, but he's like,
it's okay. This is me being. I think we're probably going to be wrong. That's fine. I don't really care. But Mike Williams has had one game this season against a notable defense. The first 3 weeks of the season, he faces 3 of the top 6 defenses in points allowed to outside wide receivers. So he dominates. Then he plays the Raiders. He has a dud. Last week, Denzel Ward, the top outside cornerback, gets hurt in the first few snaps of the game. And he just lights them up. Greedy Williams gets bangs up in the game. They lose their safety, and he goes off. You saw those touchdowns. There was no one around him. The Browns had no idea what they were doing at that point. This is the first time that he's going to face a Ravens defense that has Marlon Humphrey on the outside. That's been used a lot to shadow guys on the perimeter too. So I think it's a Keenan Allen week. Personally, I think Mike Williams is fine, but I just think the Rams are going to put up points. Tony's going to have to put up points. I think Sanders, maybe that's the one where I might get a little curious, about, but I just think that Josh Allen is rolling, and I think I'm going to take the upside of Sanders. I think Mike Williams will be fine. So I'm going to change my answer to Mike Williams and Tony because I just want this guy to feel better.
Man, there's one career path, Bob, that I just think you have to throw out and won't be possible for you, and that's going to be a politician. And I'll tell you why. You ask Bob a question, you get a legitimate, authentic answer. And I love to hear that. That was in-depth, answered all my questions. I appreciate you. Move on.
Yeah,
so I should be in politics? I don't know. Okay. Well, that was going to be my Monday live show. So that's out, my politics show. Whatever. Anyway,
I'm going Tony and Mike Williams as well. That is my choice, and I'm sticking with it, Joshua. Good morning, Crawford. Good to see your avatar here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. We got that one. Uncle Buck, my team stinks. 0-5. I'm blaming you. Giving you a wedgie next time I see you. Love, Zari.
Oof. Sorry. You give me a damn wedgie every single time I walk through that door over there, sweetheart. And you know what? You bully me. And I didn't draft your team, Zari. Leave me alone.
Sky, you're up first on this one. Standard format, need 1 running back and a flex. Harris, Booker, Higgins.
Morning shades. Assuming he's active, I'm going to play Harris here. And, man, Booker's interesting. Standard scoring. So let's go the 2 running backs here, Harris and Booker.
Bucky?
I'm going to go Harris and Higgins here. T. Higgy, hit him with it.
Bob's out. He's taking this one off.
This is a tough question.
Well, it's not that. So the offense, Booker is going to get so much work. He might flirt with 20 touches because he just was an absolute workhorse. And I think that's going to offer him like a nice baseline of 8, maybe 9, 10 points in half-point PPR, that range. So I just know the floor is going to be good for him. But if he doesn't find the end zone this week, the Rams he's not going to be able to – I don't think they're going to he's the second worst run game matchup for my metric. So I think that's what worries me a little bit, but I think the volume's there. But I'm still going to go Harris. This is going to be terrible. I'm going to go Harris and Booker. Painful, but I'm going to go Harris and Booker.
Yeah, give me the 2 running backs here. Requisite touches, as Bucky would say. Crawford wants to know if Mixon is going to play. Also, standard league, pick 1 to start. Michelle, Edwards, Jefferson. Thanks, fellows. Bucky?
Mixon will play. And then Sony Michelle from that group there, Craw.
Bob?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go. I guess I'll go Sony Michelle too.
Yeah, it's boom or bust, but I'm actually feeling Van Jefferson. He's been getting work. You're looking for one pass. But first of all, I mean, unless Daryl Henderson's out for some reason, Sony Michel's been looking okay, but the Giants are pretty decent against the run. Can't trust Bryan Edwards. I'm going to go Van Jefferson here, actually.
Yeah, Yeah, Mixon's definitely playing, buddy. I think Edwards is worth holding on to because everything I've heard with that team, the coaching staff, front office, everyone liked Edwards. It's just Gruden didn't like the guy. So I think he's someone to keep an eye on moving forward. But I'm going to go Sony Michel as well. I think the Rams jump out here. Maybe Michel gets a little bit of work, gets lucky. Fall in the end zone, buddy.
And it's no surprise this team is 0-5. That's rough. That's
hey,
like
Bob,
a stray dog.
Bob, after this
team.
question, can we get an update just kind of all around for the listeners just chiming in here for us?
Or what? Sorry, what's
kinda
updating?
Yeah, just kind of overall injury updates that we had a little bit earlier and stuff. Just a general
Whatever.
once
Sure,
over.
Scott. If you want it, you got it after this one.
That's what I like to hear.
Would you trade Metcalf away for Chase Edmonds for Robert Woods? I have Julio, Ridley, and Sutton as my other. So basically, are we trading Metcalf for Edmonds and Woods? It sounds like.
Okay.
If that's actually it, yes, I would, and I don't want to trade Metcalf. I would though, just because of the uncertainty with Geno Smith and Russ being out for at least a month. That being said, if you can wait another like 12 hours and see what happens today, I would do that. If Metcalf still gets 8 targets, 80 yards, and a touchdown, I would just hold him. The upside with Metcalf supersedes both these guys, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with doing that.
PPR is tough though if you need it back.
Well, the other question though is, what are your running backs?
Right.
Are we assuming Chase? Let's say he doesn't have an RB2, then it's basically I'm plugging in Woods for Metcalf and getting a clear upgrade at Edmonds versus a just nobody.
Whoever,
Then
yeah.
yes, then if that's the assumption, then yeah, I'd make the trade Edmonds for Woods.
All right, JT86TN.
Uh-oh.
How's it going, pal? He's
Uh-oh.
pissed. Can't find that Mountain Dew live wire anywhere for over a week. How are you even awake right now without that live wire? Brought to you by Mountain Dew, sponsored by Papa John's Shakaroni. Anyways, he's stacked in the big money league, but debating Deontay, I don't know which Williams, or DK Metcalf. I'm assuming that that's Mike Williams, considering this is a trio of wide receivers. But pick one out of those three. Sky, we'll start with you.
This is Chargers Mike Williams, right? Not Mike Williams from the Tampa Bay days.
I'm assuming it's good call.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is Chargers Mike Williams.
How do we know? There's no first initial there.
That rookie season though from Tampa Bay
Smashed.
Mike, that was
Absolutely
awesome.
smashed.
It was like his 5th round rookie or some random stuff. That was fun. That was good.
You know. Again, I think like apples to apples here with Russ in. I would go DK. Russ is out. I'm going to go Deontay here. He's going to get his double-digit targets. He averages 15.5 PPR fantasy points per game. Deontay Johnson does. Juju is out. Seattle's probably going to put up points there at home. Pittsburgh, I'm going to ride Deontay.
Yeah, I'm going Deontay Johnson here, Levy.
Deontay all day this
if
week.
it's Mike Williams from Tampa Bay days, I'm going to go Mike Williams. If it's not, I'm going to go Deontay Johnson. He's legitimately a wide receiver one, folks.
That's a good point, Bob. Which one are you?
All right, Scott's back. Decent DFS stack he's looking for.
Bro,
This guy a coffee IV.
I don't do coffee, dog. I need like do they make like a morning kombucha with like a little extra SCOBY or something? Maybe that's what I can.
Wow.
You know what I need? I'll throw this in there. I need a fresh mango smoothie with just like 4 pumps of Bomb Banana hot sauce.
Wow.
I think
That'll wake you up.
That'll
wake you up. I think an interesting stack this week would be Josh Allen and Dawson Knox. I want to see what happens there. And I know that over the season, Tennessee's done a good job shutting down the tight ends, but Dawson Knox, I mean, he's just on a heater right now. And I think his price point still isn't as high. I haven't looked at it, Scott, but that's something interesting from my perspective. And I'll go around to Levy first.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a little Herbert, Keenan, Allen love because I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. So I think that's a good one.
I'll go off the Richter a little bit. Those ones are expensive, obviously, with the quarterbacks up top. I'll throw one out there if you're looking to save elsewhere and maybe you're going with Henry or another big dog up top. Wentz and Michael Pittman. I know it's not sexy. They've been doing really well lately, and now they got Houston, which could be a boom game for both of them. So if you're looking to save a little bit, I could potentially go that way.
my honest opinion, I'm going Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill this week. I think they're going to go absolutely bananas against that Washington football team secondary that's been really bad. And they're 2-3. They need to win, and they need to make a statement this week. And I think this is the game they do it, and I'm going to pay out for Mahomes and Tyreek. If I need to save, I'm actually going to go Geno. I think Geno Smith is someone against the struggling Steelers secondary that has not been that good, and maybe a DK Metcalf stack with a Geno Smith, because Geno's so cheap at quarterback. They looked like they had a solid chemistry last week, so that'd be my buy-down option.
Man, it's tough seeing the kicker of the Jacksonville Jaguars rocking the number 15. I immediately was like, Minshew's kicking? Forgot he was gone. I believe he's in Philly now. Just want to get an update.
Marvin Jones touchdown! Wow. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Bob's on stream delay over the pond there, my man.
Dude, honestly, I have no game on because I'm on Instagram Live here on my phone. I got the TCK, by the way, the TCK Venmo account. If you guys are on Twitch, Facebook, or Periscope, and you do not have access to a YouTube, you can now go onto the Venmo, and that'll get you to jump the line and also donate to a great cause, Good Sports. Yeah, and so I can't watch the game, and I can't get it on here because NFL Bites is like kind of sketchy, and I don't want to put it on my work laptop. A lot of information here, folks. I'm super sorry. But Marvin Jones, touchdown, baby. I had to start him. I started him over Amari Cooper this week. I love it. I don't know why I did it. I blacked out. Bam. I love it. Let's go.
Bob is just firing on all cylinders early this morning.
Bob is feeling it. Started a little sluggish. Got out of the mud, though. Ready to go. And actually, this is a Bob question. We're going to kick it right to the top right-hand corner here. I think we can narrow it down to Hopkins and Badgley. Where are you going?
Yes.
Yeah, baby, you know it. I do my little kicker analysis every week because I'm a psycho and I want to know. I just want to know, people, who's kicking what around here. And I'm trying to kick butt, and I'm trying to help you guys win your fantasy leagues when you drop 12 points out of your kicker spot. Now, Hopkins is a guy that I actually have in most of my lineups this week, but a guy that I just talked about was Michael Badgley. They're playing that Texans-Colts games indoors. I like that a lot. You don't have to deal with the BS outdoors in Landover. In that Washington football team KC game. So I'm okay with either one of those guys. I'm personally going Hopkins just because he's been on the team for weeks. Badgley just got signed by the Colts. But indoors, division game, I like that matchup a lot too. So I'm going to go either one. But Hopkins is the guy I'm leaning towards just because he's been there longer, and that's established.
Right now it's 17, Joey, but I'm reading reports. They're expecting it well over 20.
And Cleveland, Cleveland's very unpredictable.
I'm going Hopkins, kicking you, baby. Let's go. Florida State. All right, here we go. Sky, you're up first. Khalil, Herbert, or D. Williams in a vacuum. Who you got?
Is Florida State the original DBU?
I don't know. I guess you
Peter
could say that.
Warwick,
Florida State.
Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, maybe not relevant for the show. Khalil Herbert for me.
Yeah, it's Khalil Herbert. I just love the way that Matt Nagy refuses to utilize the passing game and will rely on this rookie to do a job. I love Khalil Herbert's talent, and I want to see him shine today.
Don't blow it, Matt. Come on, Matt.
I think this is the thing. The matchup is definitely Herbert all day. The Packers are not good against running backs at all. But Darrell Williams is now going to be, I think, basically the workhorse. He was getting more work with CEH, but I think in a vacuum, I'm gonna cop out, take the matchup, and go Herbert.
There you go. I'm going Herbert as well. We need two here. We got Jamar Chase, Pittman, Keenan Allen. 2 of 3, Bob.
Oof.
Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase.
Same.
Ooh.
Same for me. Pittman, though, is such an enticing thing. It's like when you're trying to eat clean and you just happen to see like a pizza on a billboard from a nice local joint, and you think to yourself, man, I could use that pizza. No,
support the community.
I'm going to stick with my greens, my broccoli, and some grilled chicken and be depressed for the rest of the evening. I'm going Keenan Allen and Jamar Chase.
Now, Buck, if you go, though, like Garden Delight, for example, right? Maybe you even sub off the cheese. You go no cheese, sauce, Garden Delight, local joint. Might be able to slip in that slice. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not going to. I stick to my guns. I'm going Allen and Chase here. Also, there is a chance that our boy T.Y. Hilton, first name Eugene, makes no sense. I understand. T.Y. Hilton could potentially get a couple snaps today. If he does, may take away some of that deeper work. We saw Paris Campbell finally show up. Pascal's still around. Mo Alley Cox is easily the best player on the team.
Oof.
I'm going to stay away from Pittman here to see how it shakes out. So Allen, Chase for me.
Paris Campbell won me a matchup with his dismal performance. He just did just enough.
My man.
Just enough.
Love it. I'm gonna go Chase and Allen as well. Sky, you're up first here for Andriotti, Tony, A-Rob, or Cooks in a PPR. We need one.
Okay, before we get going here, Levy, I don't mean to get into your personal business at all. You can deflect this question if you'd like to. Can you please tell me what's fuzzy on your lap? Thank you very much. Adorbs, dude. Who is this? Who do we have joining us?
This is Fenny. This is our new rescue pup.
Fenny.
He's living the dream.
Nice.
Adorable. Good morning, Fenny. Any start sits, Fenny? Holler at us here. We got about 2 hours left here. Okay. Tony, A-Rob, Cooks. Man, I want to go A-Rob, but I just can't. Cooks. It's probably Cook. I'm going to go Cooks here. I think Bill shut him down. Nobody else has been able to. Davis Mills, watch out. My boy Davis Mills. I'm telling you. I'm going to go Cooks here. PPR.
Yeah, don't let General Mills get hot down the stretch here. I'm going Brandon Cooks. I could do a little Tony, though. Could do a little Tony, but I'm going Cooks.
Yeah, and if anything, history tells us anything, the Tyrod Taylor curse of rookie quarterbacks means that they're going to be, rookie of the year, basically. So I'm actually going to go Cooks. Love the matchup, and I'm in on him. And is your dog's favorite player Saquon Barkley? Huh? Hey!
Oh,
You stay for the puns, folks. Appreciate you. Love everybody. I'm out.
Bob, too early for dad jokes, buddy. I'm the answer. Obviously, you're going to go with Cooks here because we already got 3. But I love me some Kadarius Toney. That's my guy. That's who I'm going with. I think they finally realized, hey, we spent a first-round pick on this guy. Maybe we should get him the ball. He's talented.
As a Giants fan, when you watch Toney play, he is electric at running routes. I'm like, why wasn't he playing from the beginning? Makes no sense. It's
right.
Odell Beckham kind of esque from his rookie year, but Odell was banged up at least. Toney was healthy. I don't understand it. He looks so good coming in and out of his breaks. I think this kid's legit, and he did it on the outside last week, so I like it.
Simply too many cooks in the kitchen. They finally got injured, and I shouldn't say finally, like it's a good thing. They got injured and gave a little crack, and you take advantage of cracks. Good players take advantage of cracks. That's what he did. Now Tony's on the map, and those rest of those guys now are fighting for jobs.
Bucky, did you want to say something else? I know that's your boy.
No. Let's rip.
All right, here we go. Bucks, you're up first on this one. Half-point PPR. Booker, Collins, and Herbert. You need to sit one here.
Half-point PPR. I'm sitting Booker, and for the record, I think Fenny's favorite player is Derek Wolfe of the Baltimore Ravens.
Love that. Bob, who are you sitting here?
Well, I'm a little pissed that you tried to one-up me, Buck. So at this point, I think I might just sit myself for this question. Anyway, I'm sitting Alex Collins on the road in Pittsburgh. I think Booker and Herbert are the guys I'm playing in this one.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sit Collins, so I'm gonna go with Booker and Khalil Herbert.
That's a triple up. That's
Shit,
it. It's done.
Ryan, you got at least just a 2-minute window where you got to have at least a dog pun. So get it done. Just get it done. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but get it done.
All right, give me a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna bench Collins as well. I can see a nice little 17 for 56-yard game for him. Maybe he falls in the end zone. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna bench Collins here. Sarah's got another one. Half-point PPR. Claypool, Marquise Brown, Manny Sanders need to sit one. Bob, you're up first.
Oof.
Yeah, now this comes down to, do you believe enough in the good matchup for Sanders to sit Brown? Because I think Claypool's in for me.
These are all big play threats here. All these guys could win it in one catch.
Yeah. Damn it. The spreadsheets are going to be upset with me when I say this. It is what it is. Sorry, spreadsheets. I'm going to go Claypool and Marquise Brown.
Sorry, deep analysis. I spent 36 hours on this week. I'm going to go against it. I'm going to sit Manny Sanders here. Marquise Brown's been absolutely on fire, and Claypool without Juju is an upgrade for me.
This is a solid trio of players here, Sarah.
It is.
All fantastic.
I agree.
It would be a shame if any of them landed on the pup list. I'm sitting Manny Sanders.
Count it.
Ryan, you're down. Now you're down 2 to Buck. Come on, tighten up over there.
Oh man, I don't even know what to say right now.
Well, see, you could go like way left field and say something like, "Is Jimmy Clausen still in the league?" or something like that. But that's a little far reaching, I think.
That's a reacher, but I'm putting up what you're throwing down there, buddy.
Fair enough.
Well, Sky, first of all, that pun was appalling.
Right.
All
Oh
right,
God,
let's kill
Take-
this.
Take Fitzgibbons.
All right.
Sky, I think you're up first here. Start 2 in a PPR. Mike Williams, Michael Pittman, Keenan Allen, and Deontay Johnson need 2 of the 4. Who you got?
Seems obvs, but apparently not. I'm gonna go Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson.
Bucky?
Keenan Allen, DJ. Great options. Can you not get a flex in there with Pittman?
That's what I'm feeling. Yeah. And again, like I must be missing something, man. I'm not sure the disdain for Mike Williams this morning. I understand Buck made a great, or Bob, but Bob made a great case. But man, he's been on fire. The Chargers have been on fire. So I agree with Buck, trying to get a flex in there, but Allen and Johnson for me.
Allen and Johnson.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, I see
Sounds
a
like
familiar
a law
avatar.
firm. Sounds like a law firm where Tate Fitzgibbons works.
Love that.
That's an Esquire name right there. If I've ever seen
Yes.
one. Tate. That's a fantastic name.
Bucky, I see a familiar avatar down there.
Nice try on the Black
What's up?
Velvet this morning. Good morning. Bob on fire with the jokes. Let's not go that far. We got Brandon. I'm kidding, Bob. You're doing great. We got Brandon Cooks or AJ Green in a full PPR. I'm going to just tee this up. I'm going Brandon Cooks here all day.
If they don't have a playbook in Arizona, how could they possibly find a spot for AJ Green? You know,
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's pretty much my analysis on this one. I'll stick with Brandon Cooks.
Brandon
Let's go, Brandon. See what you're doing there. Nice try. Appreciate
Also-
the support.
Nice try. Just out of respect for Brandon and his family, it's Brandin. The only Brandon in the history of Brandons to go IN, but that's what it is moving forward. Just letting you know. I don't want his folks tuning in and getting upset.
That's a good point. Thank you for clarifying. That's good.
Love it. Nice try. Thanks for the support, buddy. I missed you last week. And I would just love to know why your Twitter account got banned. What did you do?
Please tell us. If you can, I respect if that's classified information. Look, I grew up a little risque myself. So
The only 2 guys I know with a banned Twitter account, Donald Trump and Nice Try.
Nice.
DeRozan, Lat Murray, Dylan, or Stevenson, Bob. Who we got? Half point PPR.
Yeah, I think it's tough to start Stevenson if Damian Harris is in. Lat Murray had 6 carries to 5 for Williams last week.
but he could score 3 touchdowns on those 6 carries.
Yeah, I get
So
it. The
dumb.
Chargers, you beat the Chargers on the ground.
Yep.
That's a fact. So give me Lat Murray. At least he's the 1A in this scenario. So I'm gonna go Lat Murray.
Oh, boy, me too. What is I guess I can look it up myself. Is Damian Harris trending in?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not feeling Stevenson then, and we know what Dylan is. I'm gonna go Lat Murray here too, but it's probably not gonna be pretty.
What is with Bill Belichick? He just puts people in the timeout box.
Mm-hmm.
You go sit there for 3 weeks, and then we'll ease you in, and then eventually you're going to become a league winner for somebody. Sad.
I will say this, and I'm not confident this particular week yet, but Stevenson blew up training camp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and-
big
and-
time.
And I know a lot of people are like, it's training camp. It's against 4s and 5s. Well, he's a 4 and 5 also, and he's a rookie coming in. He has nothing else to play against. So that's something. Also, speaking of Bill in the doghouse, Damian Harris has fumbled in like 3 consecutive weeks, which is unheard of for Patriot running backs. So he might get the start, but if he has a fumble or a missed pass blocking assignment, something stupid, him and Arians don't mess around. So he could be out. So I don't want to start Stevenson, but keep an eye on this because he might be put in the doghouse healthy or not.
Plus, he fumbled on the 1 yard line.
Dude,
so
going in.
that's
It was a
like that's a
It was a
big
touchdown
no-no.
if he holds on
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lat Murray for me. and I hate
Yeah.
myself.
I'm gonna go Lat Murray as well, man. And I have like every share possible of Stevenson because of training camp. So I'm rooting for the guy. State of Vermont, morning gents, PPR flex, McKissick, Rondell Moore, or James Conner. Bye week struggle is real. I feel your pain on that, buddy. Bucky, who you got in a PPR flex?
McKissick. Bob's going to go Rondell Moore if I were to assume here. So I'll make my case for McKissick. It's basically a 50-50 split there with Antonio Gibson somehow, some way, but that's the reality of the subject matter. McKissick.
I'll just jump in real quick, but I'm going to go McKissick as well. I think they're going to need to throw the ball a lot today, and he's going to catch some passes. So, Bob, what about you?
Listen, Buck, I actually feel that we're growing closer. You know, the fact that you're calling me out on my predictions beforehand, I appreciate that, man. But I actually am going to agree with you on this one. I just think that game flow, you have to play the game flow sometimes. And you know KC is going to come out and throw punches, and they're going to get at least 28 on these guys. And I think you're good. I think McKissick's a start for me. I'm going to play J.D. McKissick this week in PPR. That's why it's specific there.
Hang on with me, folks. Hang on with me. Where the hell is James Conner? I haven't put him on this list. Okay, I thought so. I have James Conner 2 slots higher than J.D. McKissick. I know it's TD or bust. I guess it's to be a run game, especially if it's super windy and whatnot. So I'm actually going to go with James Conner here in this one. I think Gibson will be fine, and there's just so many other options there than Rondell Moore. I think he's cooled it off a little bit, so I'll get James Conner. So did we just go? Oh no, we went 2 for 1. Okay. Also, before we move on, State of Vermont, if you could hit me up on Twitter or drop a comment in here, and I'll pick it up here. My daughter's going to either Yale or Cornell. We haven't figured it out yet. Senior in high school, on her way to Ivy League, across the country, as far away from home as possible. Thinking about moving out east in the next couple of years. If I do, Vermont is on my short list of those 32 states up east coast. Could you drop your 3 favorite cities in Vermont, and I'll do some deeper research. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow.
There are only 3 cities in Vermont.
Then give me your top 2. Give me your top 2. Look, man,
I'm just kidding. State of Vermont.
I traveled the country as a musician for 15 years. I want the local perspective. I want the good grinds. I want the place to hang out. Give me your top 2-3 cities. I'll do some work from there. I appreciate it.
I have a feeling that State of Vermont's not going to be from Vermont. He's going to be like, I'm from Maryland.
No, State of Vermont, I believe it was Delaware, if I recall correctly.
All right.
All right, Tyler, how you doing? Should he start A.J. Brown or Claypool this week? Already have Chase and McLaurin in there. I start Claypool. I like the matchup a lot better.
Samesies.
Same.
Eden Ontiveros, how you doing there? Should
We've had this 10 times already.
Yeah, Darrell Williams or Khalil Herbert. It's Khalil Herbert is going to be the guy in there.
That is correct.
I agree. Herbert too.
Minnie Jordan, PPR, Alex Collins or Chase Edmonds. Bob will let you lead this one off.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I am actually going to still go Chase Edmonds. I think the Browns they're tough against the ground, but that's not really Chase Edmonds' game anyway. He's a PPR receiving back. I think they'll be fine. So I think Chase Edmonds for me.
Eddie Mons.
Yeah, Eddie Mons Venus. I'm going to go with that. I don't feel great about that. I don't feel great about Collins either. What a mess.
Buck, what's going on over there today, man? I feel like you're going through some things right now. You know, you lose.
I mean, Tottenham's about to start. I'm a little nervous. Not loving the lineup. Got to get a win today. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. Right. Nice try coming back. Brandon, my bad.
All good, brother. We forgive you.
Yeah,
thank you. Nice try.
And look, that wasn't a personal stab, right? I just want to clear things up here, and I appreciate you having the integrity, and the honorability to come back and just kind of accept that. So good on you.
Honorable.
Oh, and by the way, while we have him on, nice try. We need to get your address, man. We wanted to send you some swag for all the for all the love you're sending. So if you could hit us up on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Just send us your address. That's great. It's Fantasy Focus is Buck and Ryan. Myself is Fantasy Football X Factor on Instagram. Sky is the Candlestick Kid. So whatever you can find us, send us your address, man. We want to send you some swag. We appreciate all this, all you give to us.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got Corbin Boyd here. Trade Edmonds for Bateman, Dillon, and Rondale.
What?
Yes. I go upside all day there.
I was waiting for a comma there too. Like it was 2 questions, but if that's a one thing, absolutely. Dude, Bateman should hopefully get a couple snaps today. Marquise has been off the charts, but if Bateman is what we think he is, which I think he will be, if that makes sense, I think Hollywood comes back down to earth and Bateman could be an absolute beast. Yeah, this is a smash for me. Absolutely.
I think the other thing here too is that Sammy Watkins is starting to get hurt again. I mean, he's hurt now. He's out this week. He's got the hamstring, and then it's going to be Bateman and Hollywood. And with the way Lamar's throwing the football, I think it's legit play. I just don't know what his RB3 is. His RB3 going to be essentially Dillon now because he has Gibson and Taylor. Is it Edmonds as his RB3 and then it's Dillon? Because Dillon, I don't think is a start every week. That's the only problem I see here. I don't know if he has another running back.
No, me neither. But the way I think about this, Bob, is we're in bye weeks and we're going to have them for the next 10 weeks. I want depth on my team because you know what? Eventually, just depending on your roster, you're going to end up starting Rashad Bateman and Rondale Moore as your wide receiver 1 and 2. And I just want that depth with the upside there. So I would take the 3 pieces for Edmonds personally.
Okay.
Yeah, as would I. And my reasoning is simple. Edmonds is not just going nuts every single week. Edmonds is a middling running back at this point, and you already have 2 better options in Gibson and Taylor. So the way I look at this, I see upside and depth across the board. I'm sure if you're willing to make this trade, you have some guys that you can just be done with, get them off your roster, pick up these 3 huge upside guys. As I look for Bateman, Dillon, and Rondale to get more involved in their respective offenses as this year goes on, I'm hammering the trade button on that. All right, we got Pittman or Devontae Booker in a standard. Bob?
I'm going to go Booker here. I think that he'll be fine just because he's going to get all the work. I mean, last week he had 16 carries, I believe, to 1 for their backup. So he's going to get the running back carries. He's also going to get the pass game work. So I'm going to lean Booker here.
Same.
Going Pittman. All right, Kyle, how you doing? Good to see you back. What's up, boys?
What up?
What's up? Need 2 full PPR. Odd positioning. 1 RB and 1 SF. Super-flex. Okay.
Yep.
Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, or Tannehill. So I'm putting Tannehill in there despite the worst matchup on paper that you could ever have against a Buffalo defense with Justin Zimmer that's just going to be cramming you into the ground consistently and never, ever giving up, relentless energy. But you're still going to get plus upside there. Now, I got to say, I would think about Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook here. I would think about it considering the matchup. I'm going to roll the dice, boys. I just talked myself into it. Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook.
How do you, first of all, Kyle, this team is immaculate. Well done. Because these are obviously not your starting 2 running backs if you're talking between the 2 of them here. I agree. Tannehill is at home, which I don't necessarily think changes too much, but it will. He's getting Julio and A.J. Brown back, hopefully. But I can't imagine, first of all, sitting Dalvin Cook, so you play him automatic. It would be Aaron Jones and Ryan Tannehill for me. Ryan Tannehill just hasn't clicked yet. So I'm going to go Aaron Jones here, both running backs, even in that super flex position.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. I agree with the logic that everyone kind of put down here. I'm gonna go Jones and Dalvin Cook.
Oh my God. Can we give a quick shout out across the pond here to our boy Jim Robinson? This guy, just phenomenal. Who is Travis Etienne? My goodness. Proceed.
Jimmy Robs.
Killing
Victor,
man.
Good to see you back. Mike Williams, DNP 4 times. This wedding is horse shit.
Oh.
And you're a lead supporter, Victor. I know you picked him up. Tottenham is a mess right now. They just got to win this game. It's week by week, and my life is in shambles when it comes to watching this club play.
Come on, Toddies. Buck, for non super in depth football / soccer fans, what is something I can manifest for you? I'm a big manifester. What is one particular thing I can focus on today for you to manifest some positivity for Tottenham?
Harry Kane needs to score a goal. He's scoreless through the first 8 matches.
So he's basically Chase Edmonds. We can't have that. We're talking
Exactly.
about fading Chase Edmonds now. We need Harry Kane to step up. I'm on that. Is that Kane with a C or a K?
K.
Makes sense. He's fine. He'll be fine.
I need a performance like Jonathan Taylor is what I need.
Harry Kane, I'm writing that down with a K. Tottenham, we got a goal today for you, Buck.
All right. That's manifest good energy. I like this. Would you flex Mark Andrews this week? I would think about it. I assume that you're possibly a Kelsey owner or something like that. I don't know, though. It's topsy-turvy. We don't know your options, Harris. So I'm fine with him as a flex. I actually have him in as a flex in a deep flex league. But it just depends on the makeup of your roster. So if you want to follow up, please feel free to do so.
11 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. We have George Kittle maybe on a bye, or maybe Kyle Pitts or something like that. Yeah, it's Mark Andrews. It should be in your lineup, absolutely.
All right. Levy, you want to take back over here?
Yeah, buddy. So we flexing Darrell Williams or Darrell Williams or TJ Hawkinson in a PPR, Bob.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with TJ Hawkinson, right? It's been a bad floor over the last 3 games.
He's hurt, knee injury.
Yeah. This week you get the Cincinnati Bengals. I think I'm actually going to go Darrell Williams. I think he's going to get the main workload. Maybe a decent threat for a touchdown, possibly. So I think I'm going to go Darrell Williams.
Sky?
Yeah, Williams. I'm switching hats here. It's 8:30.
Darrell Williams.
I'm gonna go Williams as well. Just give me the requisite touches.
Sorry for the slight delay there. I was looking at Sky's beautiful locks, and I was like, my goodness,
bro,
that flow.
So quick insider tip. First of all, I'm Italian AF, so I've got some thick fuzz, as you can tell. I will be getting a chop shortly, so I hope you all enjoy this. It'll be back in about 6 or 7 days, so don't get too nervous. But I had dreadlocks for 10 years, believe it or not, and cut those bad boys a few years ago, and then growing out the wave in the back, very curly
player hair.
It is ball player. The cap just kind of sits. The problem is it's not tight anymore, So if I go on a decent jog or I get a gust of wind here in the Northwest, I mean, it's just floating down the street. It's a bit, traumatic, but yo, man, Duckies put up a duck against Stanford, but they bounced back against Cal. So, hey, man, with Iowa going down, we're back in the top 8, baby.
Love it. State of Vermont. I lived in Vermont, and I love this. So, Stowe, Montpelier.
Whoa. You got to leave this up. Hold on a second. I'm on this.
Yeah, see, I don't know about this either.
Okay, Stowe. Got it.
Montpelier?
Montpelier.
Oh, Burlington, of course. Burlington's that's the big city. I'm not a really big city guy, though. But I would highly recommend. Okay, Keene. Jeez, sorry, folks. This is important. Oh, that's New Hampshire, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beautiful, cheap price city. Okay, state of Vermont. I owe you one. That's huge.
Thanks, state of Vermont.
Moving on. That's huge. Thanks for coming.
Looking out for our guys.
In there, yeah.
Victor, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Dylan or Sony in a standard. Bucky, who you got?
Sony. Game flow wise, I prefer that.
I'm actually going to agree with you there. I'm going to go Sony Michelle in a standard format. Sky, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'll wait for Bob's answer here. I was just going to look up the actual workload of Dylan, because too many people are asking us about Dylan, and every time I'm like, why would you consider that? And I feel like I'm missing something. So trying to dial in on this real quickly.
Yeah, I think you can kind of make the same argument for both these guys, right? I mean, the Packers should have good game flow against the Bears this week. And the same thing goes for the Rams and Giants. But I think Dylan actually has a more clear role. I think Sony Michel last week came in briefly because Henderson got hurt. So I think I'm going to go Dylan slightly ahead of Sony.
So one thing I'll see here in my quick research is Sony Michel's getting work, obviously, with the Rams there, and you love that offense. It looks like A.J. Dillon might actually be taking at least 75% of that Jamal Williams role from last year. Last week, 4 catches, 49 yards, and a receiving touchdown. If he's actually getting that work in open field, he's obviously a big body, hard to take down. So not terrible here. I'm going to go Sony personally in standard. But A.J. Dillon, I think, is better off than I anticipated.
PPR all day, I'm going Dylan, but I just think Sony's got a good shot to score this week.
Nice try. Back in the mix. Mixon, Madison, Pollard, or Collins. Pick one in a full PPR. I'm not sure who Trayvon Williams is.
Hold on. Trayvon Williams is the 5th
Cincy.
stringer for the Bengals, isn't he?
Should be. I think something like that, yeah.
Unless he got booted. He's like I think he's like one step above the water boy for the Bengals.
And if you watch the movie The Water Boy, that's not that bad of a spot to be in, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Sure.
I mean, hey, you're just looking for your opportunity, man. Look, Jeremy Hill was the best thing in fantasy football for about 7 games, so you never know. Okay. Mixon, Madison, Pollard, Collins. So Mixon's the only guaranteed workhorse starter that we can be confident in. If he plays, you play him. I mean, he's getting 20-plus touches. It's Mixon all day for me. He's questionable. If he's out for some reason, I'm going to go with Collins personally. So Mixon, then Collins for me, then Pollard and Madison.
Oh, for me, it's Mixon for sure, buddy. Appreciate the support as always. But my second would actually be Pollard. I think Pollard, he's pretty much guaranteed 10 carries. He's going to catch some passes. So that would be my second choice personally. But yeah, go with Mixon out of that crew. Bob, any additional thoughts?
No, I'm going Mixon. Mixon all day there.
Mixon for me.
Cool. Sleek. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. As always, full PPR flex, Alex Collins, Tim Patrick, or Julio Jones. Also at tight end, Hawk or Schultz. Bob, you're up first here. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to actually lean here for the flex spots. Probably going to go Julio. I know it's a tough matchup, but I think Bucks brought up a couple times that game flow. We know the Bills are going to put up points, so they're going to have to throw at least somewhat. And I think A.J. Brown gets Tre'Davious White. And then on the other tight end spot, I'm going to actually lean. Let's go back to the well one more time with T.J. Hawkinson in that game.
Sky?
Boy, it's hard to sit Julio if he's healthy. Trey White's in full shadow mode, do you think, Bob?
I don't think so, but I think he's going to see a lot of them, though. I don't think he's going to
even if he does, like, who do you think is the actual one? Like, who do you think opposing defenses think of as the one there? A.J. Brown and Julio Jones.
A.J. Brown.
Okay, so then maybe Trey White's on him more. I'll go with Julio. In PPR, I'll go with Julio if he's 100% healthy and plays. And then I'm telling you, Schultz boy, Schultz dog, Schultzer. I'll come up with something, but it's Schultz either way.
I'm going to go Schultz on the tight end, Tim Patrick for the wide receiver.
I'm going to go Schultz on the tight end as well, Sleek. And then I'll go with the boys and go with Julio. There you go. Should I be concerned with Kyler's injury? Should I look at a trade from C-Dog?
I'll jump in here because I'm in the same boat in the league, and I've had a couple conversations around the block. The short version is always look at a trade. It doesn't mean you just jump into one, obviously, but always look at a trade. Kyler Murray is a premier player at a premier position, especially in super flex leagues. You can get a boatload for him. In single quarterback leagues, probably not as much. That being said, not concerned yet about Kyler's injury. However, last year he was far and away the QB1, like he is now, playing it weekly. And then he had that shoulder injury and didn't drop off a cliff because he can still do things, but he didn't run as much. So monitor that this weekend. I would hold Kyler Murray for this week, although temper expectations, unless you can make a trade in the next, 90 minutes because Cliff Kingsbury's out. It could be a funky game for the Cardinals overall, and Kyler could have a down game because his head coach is out. but I would hold him. Always look at a trade though. Victor, I have to give credit to my mom and dad. I mean, it's really not up to me. I've been blessed. Very extremely religious grandmother growing up used to call me Samson. I'm not a biblical guy myself, but I understand that's not a terrible comparison. However, I'm not Justin Herbert, who I love, as you can see behind me. When I cut my hair, I actually tend to retain my strength, so I should be fine next week if I'm a little chopped up.
Love it. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I just had a quick Tyson Williams is actually inactive today. So that's good news for a guy. If you're looking to start Latavius Murray, it looks like he'll get a lion's share of the workload after splitting it with Tyson Williams last week. We have Darius Slayton is also out for this game. He was questionable. He's going to be out. That's essentially Kadarius Toney. John Ross, huh? How about him? He actually had some plays last week too, but I think Toney's going to get a lot more looks in this game. Also another key, Allen Robinson's in, Joe Mixon's officially in, DeAndre Swift is officially in. But another notable injury is the Texans are going to be down 2 starting offensive linemen in this game. Justin Britt, their center, left tackle Laramie Tunsil. So that Colts DST could be a nice streamer this week as well, and I'll have more updates after a couple questions.
There we go. Harris, Williams, Herbert, Booker, or Collins, half-point PPR. Wow. Just the waiver wire king over here.
Yeah, way to work it. These guys are all like workhorse dudes who are not relevant preseason.
That's amazing. Bucky, pick one.
You know, TLC always preached, we don't want no scrubs. This guy loves the scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the scrubbiest of the scrubs, Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rookie sensation. I really hope this pans out. I'm putting my eggs in the basket this week. I'm gonna go Herbert as well.
They did say in the song that Buck just pointed out, they can't get no love from me at one point. But I think I'm going to give a little love. I'm getting a little love from Khalil Herbert. So I'm going to go Herbert in this one.
Oh, man, I love it. I'm also going to go Herbert Harris. Nice job on the wire, buddy.
Let's just hope Herbert doesn't creep us out. You know what I mean? The bad performance.
Just make sure he's not chasing waterfalls.
Ooh.
We
went from dogs to TLC punts. I love this. This is a top tier show, folks.
Did Creep slide by? I feel like Creep kind of went under the wire there. That's okay if it did.
Do you ever see the other guys?
Yeah. That's the best bit. That's the best bit in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Are you just citing TLC quotes?
Don't get me started on music, bro.
I love a good music pun, whatever you want to call it. Because
I'm ready.
Last year, Bucky and I were dropping them all the time, and the other two just couldn't pick them up.
Yeah.
Corbin, I have Hollywood already and have Herbert as well. So flex Herbert this week and move Hollywood next week. Thoughts?
Move Hollywood, like trade him?
I would assume that's what it means, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Bateman's coming back, so monitor his usage obviously today. I would play Hollywood over Herbert today. Am I reading that properly?
I think that's the question. Let's just say flex. I think that's the question here. Man, I think we're really struggling with Hollywood because we know the matchup's not great, but it just seems like he's red hot. And Herbert's just, we know he's going to get so much work. They don't have really anybody else to line up. I mean, isn't it Pace or whatever that
Ryan Nall.
Ryan Nall. Yeah, I don't know why I thought Pace. Ryan Nall. Yeah, it's a good point. So I think I'm actually going to go with Herbert here.
I'm going Hollywood.
Going with Hollywood Brown on this one. Too hot to handle.
Too cold to hold.
Exactly.
Sky, who would you go with there if you were choosing in a vacuum? Did you say?
Could you imagine being in a vacuum, though? For real. I've thought about that for years. Could you imagine being in a vacuum? My God.
Some say we're currently living stuck in
Nebraska would be like. I'm going to go Hollywood.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, but Rashad Bateman's the number 1 wide receiver in about 3 weeks.
No way. Hollywood. That's my guy. Full PPR, 2 flex spots. Edmonds, Amon-Ra, Sutton, Kirk, AJ Brown. Bob, you're up first. Need 2 here.
Yeah, I think this is the definition of like AJ Brown in his really tough matchup versus Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is like the only Detroit receiver left. with a great matchup in the slot versus Cincinnati. I don't think I'm that bold yet. To be honest with you, I'm going to give A.J. Brown another week. I'm going to go chalk here. I'm going to go Brown and Edmonds.
I'm definitely getting Edmonds in there. And I don't think I have a choice. I got to put A.J. Brown in the lineup here. I'm not. I got to see it from Amon-Ra.
We've been seeing it though. And it hasn't necessarily been Amon-Ra, but it was Quintez Cephas, Khalif Raymond. I mean, the targets are there to have. I'm actually going to go with the Sun God as well as A.J. Brown.
8 targets in back-to-back weeks for Amon-Ra.
Which, if you're unaware with Egyptian, it would be Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and A.J. Brown. So, as we like to say here on the show, 2 Browns makes a bowl of goodness.
Makes a normal morning.
Right. Thanks.
Oh man. I'm actually Amon-Ra. I'm starting him in a league, and he's one of my choices here, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go Amon-Ra, and I'll give A.J. Brown another shot. Those are my 2. Good luck to you, Mark. Sean, you are welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks,
we got
Sean.
another on the Twitch machine here. Sky, you're up first. McKissick or Collins?
Collins.
PPR. Collins for
McKissick
Sky.
for me. McKissick.
Okay, Bob.
Yeah, I'm going to go McKissick in PPR.
I will go McKissick as well. I just think he's going to catch 5-6 balls today. So
Could Collins not catch 3 or 4 and have 15 carries?
He could. I think McKissick's
Seattle
a better
uses their
player.
backs. I mean, for both, right? I mean, they're not prolific pass catchers per se, but I mean, they're not James Robinson in London. Whew.
Here's the deal, though. KC, their defense stinks. Like
Horrendous.
McKissick for me just makes the most sense.
The other thing I just want to add in here too is that, there's no Curtis Samuel. Terry McLaurin's banged up. Cam Sims, another depth receiver, is out in this game. And it's like no Logan Thomas. I know Ricky Seals-Jones is someone we're high on, but like they do need pass catchers. So I think McKissick makes a lot of sense. And we know that they're going to be behind in this game. I think it's like pretty much clear cut. 2 and 3 Kansas City cannot lose this game. So that's why I think J.D. McKissick will get 5 to 6 catches. I think that's a lock.
I'll take the football team with a Dustin Hopkins end of regulation field goal.
Now we're talking.
That would
That's
be
a call.
awesome.
J-Mom coming in hot, enjoying the podcast, guys. Keep it up.
Thanks, Mom.
What's up, J-Mom?
J-Mom, love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Luke, Knox or Hawkinson, half-point PPR. Also, should I flex the other tight end? St. Brown, Kirk, or A.J. Dillon, half-point PPR. My team is on a bye or hurt. Bucky, who you got?
St. Brown would be my 1A of that grouping in the backside. And then Dawson Knox, you know what they say about trains. Once they get moving, it's really tough to stop them.
Takes him a mile. Yeah.
It does.
Can he not start Knoxinson?
It'd be a good combo platter.
You can start both.
I'm going to go Knox. I like the train reference. And St. Brown as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all aboard. I mean, that's how I feel about that one. So I'm going to go Knox and Brown for me.
Quick question,
Dang.
just a game theory for you guys. Would you rather have like half of your team on a bye in 1 week in the season, get it over with, scrub it up, maybe take an L and just get your buys out of the way? Or do you like to kind of sprinkle your buys in 1 or 2 guys per week through the madness? What do you prefer to have happen?
Just give it to me at once. All of it. I'll take the L.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like when you win the lottery. Give me the lump sum.
Yes. Love that, Buck.
I guess I would go the same. Yeah, I mean, if you could at least field a team, then I guess whatever, that's fine.
Oh, Victor's tilting. Not good.
Bucky was mentioning the buys for next week. It's even worse. I just
Next week's is terrible.
Yeah, next week, who are we even going to start? You got the Cowboys.
I'm
You
taking
got
next
the
week off.
Chargers, the Bills. Yeah. The questions next week are just going to be it's like just dancing in the shrubs.
God, the Jags are, man, sorry.
Hey, Marvin Jones looks great today, by the way.
Bro.
I'm feeling it. Bob is very excited. So,
The
Bob, we're going to you first.
Jags just look like they care. You know what I mean? Like the team cares. Urban's a joke, but the team cares. I like to see that.
I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Urban was just getting a little flow on. The guys were probably like, all right, Herbs, let's go. I didn't know you were that cool. Maybe it was like a bro thing. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, shame on him, but you never know. Let's go to this question, Pittman, Michael Williams. I am going to go Mike Williams in this one. I think
quarter PPR. I don't know if
I
I've
think
seen
that's that's interesting. I'm going to go Mike Williams here.
Same, because the touchdown upside with Mike Williams is immense, regardless of the rest of his work. I'll go Mike Williams here as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mike Williams. Bucky?
Pittman for me. I
Okay.
love Pittman's matchup this week, but I understand where you guys are coming from, and I respect all of you.
Thanks, Buck.
Appreciate that.
But I got to tell you, you're doing great. I can see you're so focused on the game, but
He's
you're
watching,
still here. I got to let you know, man, we appreciate you, man. I know it's tough. I know you got
Hold
a
on,
lot
hold
going on. We appreciate you, too.
It's
It is a
1-1.
match. It's a match, though.
It's a match.
Right.
It's 1-1.
right.
We went down in the first 90 seconds. That was fun. You didn't see me. I didn't grimace. I kept playing through it.
Stoic.
And then you got I just had to see the replay of the goal. But I'm focused here, boys. Fantastic.
How does Harry Kane look?
Not great.
All right, sorry.
He didn't score the goal.
I'll
But
try
we're
harder.
tied up. We're going for it. Let's go.
Okay.
Official Savage has Jones Jr. on the bench. That stinks, man. That stinks.
Who are you playing over him, though? I think I've got him in the bench in the league as well.
Well, you know what? I made an amateur hour mistake this morning. I told Bucky, but I forgot that PST time zone, London game. I
Bro,
forgot to take
6:30
Devontae Parker out.
a.m., baby. 6:30 a.m.
I started Parker.
Sign me up.
When I was just absolute amateur hour.
You know, if you do it right on the West Coast, man, you got 12 and a half hours of football.
I know. It's amazing.
Funny
And
side story.
Still done
So-
before bed.
I had moved in with the lady in San Diego a long time ago, and it was
Beautiful
the
city.
first week out there. Okay. First week out there, Bills had the London game. So it's Sunday morning. I wake up at 5, take a jog, and then I was crushing beers at 6:30 a.m. on the couch. She wakes up
Slamming
not
tables.
happy with me, not happy with me whatsoever. Like, is this what California living is? Is this what we're doing? I'm like,
Yes.
I'm a Bills fan, sweetheart. I'm a Bills fan.
Oh man, Bucks just threw the coffee table at 6:15 a.m. Just oh man, that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Is gone.
I don't know how you guys feel about this. Just sorry, bad pivot, but the Washington football team just announced they're going to be down 2 starting offensive linemen this week. I don't know if that hurts Antonio Gibson. Might help that J.D. McKissick thought, but just something that I thought was notable. But I think that's pretty much all the inactives that were notable for our segment.
It is we're 9 minutes away from 9 West Coast time, and at noon Eastern is when you get like the flood of updates an hour out. So we should have another update probably in about a half hour.
Yep. All right. This is a tough one. Bob, you're up first. Zayner wants to know Edmonds or Connor in a full point PPR, or is it tough?
No, it's Chase Edmonds. He's going to get the pass game work. Listen, Connor's been living on touchdowns. I think you're playing with fire every week with him. If he doesn't get in the end zone, he's going to get you like 50 yards rushing. So I'm going to lean Edmonds in this one at full point.
Sam.
Yep. Edmonds.
Tua just threw one of the worst passes I've ever seen. I don't even know what that was. Like there was nobody near there. Just threw it right to the defender.
Man.
Unbelievable. God.
8 people on buy for Savage, just getting it over with that lump sum lottery payment, buddy. Listen, it pays dividends throughout the rest while everybody else is scrambling for starters.
Yeah, and I'm good with that, honestly. Savage, I mean, look, piece together the best squad you can. Here's what I recommend you don't do. You can't just drop people to fill spots. Play the 7th receiver, make a legal roster. I think everybody needs to put a legal roster. Don't leave open spaces. It's no good. But get them all out of the way this week. The rest of your league has buys coming up. You're not going to have as many. You can hopefully make up for these for this L here moving down the road. So I'm okay with it if you need to pull it in. 8 people, though, is pretty solid. You must have. So let's see. We're on Jets, Saints,
Next week.
Falcons. Oh, next week. Yeah, that's the onslaught. I think a lot of us are going to be in that spot.
Yeah.
Here's the only issue, though. If you have that many guys on buy, certain leagues actually penalize you if you don't fill out a roster.
Mhm.
So if you have that many that are out of your lineup, I mean, if you start them, obviously you can have a starting lineup with players on buy. Hopefully there are no penalties involved here because you don't want to go and scrap at Harry Kane goal. You just manifested it. You manifested it, Sky. Let's go. Boom, boom.
I straight up might have to sign off on that.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's 9 o'clock. I mean, I might just have to go on that.
Yes.
I'll give 3 more for the people, but that's really Buck. I got you, brother.
You did that, Sky.
That was awesome.
Love you, buddy.
Did we do the other super? Yeah.
Yeah. Nice try. For the love of all that is waterfalls. Now you got that song in your head all day. It's always on repeat in my
Good
twisted
grief.
brain. So
Shout out
welcome,
to Charlie Brown.
All right. So good grief. Mayfield or Dak Prescott? New England's defense is good? ? Bob, you kick us off here. Mayfield or Dak?
I'm not going to sit Dak. We talked about this too. The Cleveland Browns wind. Buck said between 20, 22-ish. That could be something there. And then plus, I think it's just the ground game is going to dominate too. So I'm going to stay with Dak. I am not playing the Patriots defense. I would prefer like the Cowboys, the Colts we brought up a couple times as options as well. But I'm not trying to start the Patriots this week if I could pivot to one of those other options.
I think he's mentioning like worried about Dak against the Patriots defense.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still going to play it. Touche. All right. So, yeah, no, in that case, I'm still going to play Dak over Baker Mayfield.
So Baker Mayfield last week against the Chargers, who's a great defense, had his best game of the season, 305 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not very impressive. We know that it's going to be a tough matchup in Foxborough. It's the Patriots, whatever, but I'm going to believe in Dak. He can obviously run the ball a little bit. Baker should have an uptick today without Chubb. But I'm going to take Dak. I don't. Sometimes you just got to go talent. I'm swirling in the vacuum right now, and I'm hoping for Dak to save me.
Nice try. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm also just give me the talent. I'm going with Dak over Mayfield. Obviously has much better weapons. So.
Also, can we give a shout out really quick to Weird Al with the don't go making phony calls?
Yes.
Well, this certainly isn't a phony call. I'm going Dak all day here.
Love it. Victor jumping in. Everybody's loving the TLC vibes today.
Yeah, we need to get like a background check. I know we're gonna get flagged on YouTube for playing some Left Eye, but one of my first crushes ever was Left Eye. And shouts out to our girl T-Boz and Chili as well.
I think me and Buck get flagged at least once every Wednesday we have at least once every Wednesday. We always come up with someone. We've reached out to like, I think what was 2 weeks ago, Buck, there was somebody that we actually got flagged. It was bad. It's been rough. Wednesdays, we've lost a lot of money on Wednesdays. So.
Yeah, T-Boz and Chili. Shout out to my girls.
Yeah. C-Dog, the person who had Mahomes wants Kyler in a trade and will give me Mahomes. So there's some context there. Bob, what do you think?
1 for 1. I think if this person really wants Kyler, try to see if you can get some extra. I mean, I don't know. I think Mahomes is still probably better. He's still better in fantasy. And Mahomes has been down on it. I think it's just going to get better for Mahomes. So I think I'm not trying. I would take Mahomes in this deal. But if he really wants Kyler, be like, all right, I'm not going to go 1 for 1. You're going to have to give me something, maybe a little bit of a boost at wide receiver or running back. So maybe a 2 for 2 here and an upgrade if he wants Kyler that bad.
Yeah, I want the Mahomes side here. Mahomes is Mahomes. Kyler's Kyler. They're probably a wash at the end of the season. But just in case this Kyler Murray situation is a injury issue, I want Mahomes. And honestly, the Chiefs haven't played their best football yet.
No, not even close. I want the Mahomes side as well.
I want Mahomes, but I also think, right, if he wants Kyler and he's approaching that trade, I try to stack somebody else.
Yeah, you hold the cards, dude.
Some depth, right? If you hold the cards, then counterpunch that with some depth. That I'm not talking marquee players, but anybody that's getting requisite targets, requisite touches, somebody that's lingering at the very far end of that depth chart. I think that's a good play.
Wow, Laquan Treadwell sighting. Didn't even know that guy was still playing.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Who's Laquan Treadwell?
I still believe.
Blind
I still believe.
Oh man.
Steve,
Laquan. PPR, Allen Robinson or Odell? Sky, who you got?
My daughter's been listening to a lot of Adele lately, so I'm going to go with OBJ.
You know what, Sky? This is perpetual. Every single week, I hear OBJ picks, and I think to myself, am I the crazy one?
I know.
And
it fades. It fades me every time. I can't go Harry Kane every call, Buck. What do you want me to do?
Odell, no. Just no. Allen Robinson stepping up. Both CBs out. I like the matchup here, and I think they finally get that passing game gunning a little bit there underneath the stewardship of one Matt Nagy, who is just awful.
So, Buck, would you say that you're fading no Del Beckham?
No Del Beckham for me.
I am going Allen Robinson for Buck's comments about the quarterbacks, and the matchup is actually pretty close. If you look at how Green Bay has been into outside receivers and Cardinals, now I'm going to give a slight edge to Robinson's matchup because of the injuries to the CBs.
Yeah, I'm going Robinson. It's going to be an AR 12 day. What was the AR 15? Was the old number? 12. I'm going to go AR 12. He's back this week. Here we go. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Thanks for the F Shack.
Yeah. Where are you guys watching the Jags game, by the way? Are you watching it on NFL Bites, or what are you guys doing?
Television.
Yeah.
Is it on TV? What's the? All right, everyone. All right, which channel is it? Fox?
NBC.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks.
I don't know. I'm just watching on the iPad here.
No, not NBC. CBS. Sorry,
Bob,
Right.
we have color TV now in the States. You can
That's
watch it in
nuts.
color now.
That's nuts, guys. I appreciate all the feedback. Thank you. Back to the questions.
Sky, I think you got to leave at 9 PST here.
Yeah,
so
I
kick
do.
us off with the
I
last
do.
question.
I'm still doing my
Can you tell
rankings,
me-
so I'm holding on as long as I can.
Okay. If I made a stupid trade here, DK, Mixon, and Mark Andrews for Kamara, Amari Cooper, and Michael Thomas. Was this a dumb trade, Sky?
Okay, so a dumb trade. So it always comes down to which side do I want? DK, Mixon, and Andrews, or Kamara, Cooper, and Thomas. We have no idea what Thomas is going to be. The Saints aren't the Saints. I'm a CD Lamb over Cooper guy. So I like DK, Mixon, and Andrews. The crux here, though, is the Andrews situation, because the tight end upgrade is massive if you need it. If you don't need it, then you don't need it. So I think I would lean DK, Mixon, and Andrews here, but it's simply because we just don't know what's going to happen with Michael Thomas. I called this preseason, and I'm going to stick to it until it doesn't happen. I have a hunch Michael Thomas straight up gets traded this year. Bad clubhouse guy, injured, hasn't been playing well the last 2 years, doesn't have Drew Brees. Jameis is not going to throw him slants 15 times a game. It's just not what he's going to do. I'm worried about that. So I'll go DK, Mixon, and Andrews. So, yes, I like the trade if that's the side you got.
Yeah, if the side is DK, Mixon, Andrews, those are known commodities. Michael Thomas, slant guy, slant boy, whatever you want to call him.
Boy.
Yeah, no thanks, slant boy.
Yeah, I'm going to side with the guys on this one. I'm going to go DK, Mixon, Mark Andrews. I'm going to assume Mark Andrews was a clear upgraded tight end, and that differential is going to help you tremendously. So DK, Mixon, Mark Andrews.
Yeah, so I think, Ben, I'm assuming you traded DK, Mixon, and Andrews. Don't love it, buddy. Sorry. Self, Bucky, you're up first here. Good morning. Flex, Claypool, or Lockett, PPR, Bucky.
Claypool. Chase Claypool.
Claypool.
Nice little puke emoji. Claypool.
Claypool for me as well. Good luck, Self. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook over there. Pittman
Here
or
it comes.
Cooper at Flex in a PPR, Bob.
It's a tough one. I'm going to slightly go with Mari Cooper in this scenario.
I agree there. I like Amari.
Yeah, fine. Mari Cooper.
Yeah, I'll go Amari as well. Sky, who you got here? Tyler Boyd or Amon-Ra St. Brown, PPR?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. All three guys are there. Tyler Boyd's not what Bobby wanted it to be, unfortunately, with all three there. So I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'm going to pull in the reliever for me in the spirit of Major League Baseball playoffs. Red Sox are on fire. Here comes Jordan Della Valle. I'll see you guys next week. Best of luck to everyone in week 6. Shouts out to my boy Harry Kane. I'll hit up Jersey Jungle immediately. Take care, boys.
Boom.
See you, buddy. Oh, love it. I'm going Ra St. Brown as well. What about you boys?
I like how Sky just throws shade and then leaves. All right. First of all, You know, like, hey, Bob, your call for Tyler Boyd sucked. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm not stressing that. This is all a pass volume thing. Okay, this has been pass volume situation with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not because Boyd is not producing. It's that they haven't thrown that much. I don't think the Lions are the team that's going to force the Bengals to start throwing more. And with Joe Mixon back, I do agree. I'm on my St. Brown in this scenario.
Yeah, I'm going to go St. Brown here.
I'm hopping in as well with Ross St. Brown.
Good morning, Jordan.
Morning, guys.
What's up, man?
Morning, everyone on the stream. Not much.
Got that one. Willis, Twitch. Yeah, Ben would also rather have one bad week of buys. Jordan for Jordan, you're up first here. What's up? Pick one, PPR, Hollywood Brown, Michael Pittman, Allen Robinson, Darrell Williams, Khalil Herbert.
For me, it's going to be Hollywood in this scenario. You guys stick with the hot hand in Baltimore. I know Bateman's making his debut this week, right, coming off of IR, but I'm sticking with Brown out of this selection.
Bob?
I'm going to go Khalil Herbert. I think he's going to get a lot of work today.
Fair enough. Bucky?
I'm going Herbert as well.
Oh, man, I love me some Hollywood, especially right now. I'm going to go Herbert, though, as well. Give me the running back. You know how I roll with the requisite touches. Harris, Kyler Murray, or Ben Roethlisberger? Bobo. Gesicki is on fire.
I'm still going Kyler Murray. I am not going to sit him even in this Cleveland game. Murray's one of those rare people. If it's not working through the air, he'll start running the ball. So I think I'm going to go Kyler Murray anyway, even with the wind factor.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. He'll get it done on the ground if he needs to.
Murray as well for me.
Yeah, Murray for me. Official Savage has J-Rob playing. Nice. Let's see. Who's a better stash in PPR, Ramondre or Demetric Felton?
Ramondre.
Same.
Totally agree. Mini Jordan, thanks for tuning in as always. Harris wants to know if you should trade Bob Anderson for Baker Mayfield. I think you should take anything you can get for Bob Anderson, personally.
Probably. I mean, if you need a quarterback, sure. Why not?
Yeah, if you need somebody to start, that makes sense.
Yep.
It's not pretty either, but it's a lot prettier than Bob. Not you,
Yeah.
Bob. Bob Anderson.
No,
You're pretty.
I understood. Thank you. I needed that. I was like, oh, shit. He's talking about me. It's been a rough day for us. So I'm glad you clarified. Thank you.
It's been a great day for us, Bob. Lighten up.
Sky gave us a little tidbit before he left there, by the way, that AJ Brown's supposed to be on a pitch count today. So that's worth noting for sure.
Well, that's what he came out and said. He said, I'm going to be limited to like week 10. And he ran the most routes on the team last week. So I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean he runs a route and they just don't throw it to him? Because he was clearly the most active player last week. I just don't understand what that means. But that is interesting nonetheless, because he's the one who said AJ Brown was like, yeah, I'll be limited to about week 10. And in playing the Bills, you're just like, I don't know about all this. I don't want to deal with all that. But I got a side note. Can anybody explain to me how Jamal Agnew is more involved in the offense than Laviska Shenault? Like, I don't understand, like, what is happening. Like, I mean, I know what's happening in London right now. It was last week, too. It makes no sense.
Well,
Anyway.
what I've seen is either Lawrence is just way off base with his throws to Laviska, or Laviska's running his routes like a yard or two too deep and having to come back on him. So I don't know who's making the mistakes there, but it doesn't look good either way.
And they moved him out wide. They moved him outside. Laviska's now on the perimeter, and I just don't know if that's really where he should be, because Agnew's in the slot, and he gets return yards. So if you're in return yards leagues, Jamal Agnew, folks.
Bob, I can feel it right now. They're going to drive down the field, and Visca's going to score because I also need it to happen. Victor, thanks for the watch shout out, buddy. I dumped the Apple Watch for a Garmin, you know? I'm a Garmin guy now. Tim Westby. Garmin boy. Good morning. 2-point PPR. Need 2 running backs. Hunt, Herbert, Collins, Jamal Williams, Madison, and T guys.
Thanks, guys.
You know, moving a little slow out here. Bucky, we need 2 in a 2-point PPR.
Kareem Hunt, 2-point PPR. I'm going to put in Jamal Williams.
Interesting. I'll go Hunt and Herbert.
Sitting T guy. Don't like him. I'm gonna go Hunt and Herbert without a doubt.
Hunt and Herbert for me as well. J-Man 2142, J-Man 2142 coming in hot. Jared Cook or Ricky Seals Jr. full PPR. Jordan, who you got?
I'm going Ricky Seals in this one against Kansas City. They give up a lot of points to the tight end. A lot of injuries and not many target or pass catchers there for Heineke. So I'm going Ricky.
Ricky Seals Jones.
I'm going to pop out of the water and flap my fat seal gut right on that rock face outside of San Francisco. I'm going Seals Jones.
That's about pay to see.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it.
Things that you don't pay to see, Bob, is if I'm in the water and I have to re-enter the boat. That it basically is a seal throwing itself onto a rock. That's what it looks like.
Jesus. I'm
All
going
time
Fat Gut
anxiety.
Seal here. Fat Gut Seal for me as well.
Jordan, today's been a little weird today. We've got into a lot of weird shit today. So this is just on par with the course. So you know.
There's something weird about doing a seal dive onto a boat, man.
I'm sorry. You're right.
L. Hardy wants to know, should I trade Waller for Keenan and Schultz? My receivers are Moore, Hill, and Marvin. Bob, what do you think?
DJ, Tyreek, Marvin. Wow, that's actually a decent trade. Keenan Allen's definitely a buy low. I'm just the whole Schultz thing. I just feel that what happens when Michael Gallup comes back and it's 3 legit receivers now again. Waller's playing out of his mind. But I actually am going to take the trade because I want Keenan Allen in my flex. Marvin Jones, I know he had a nice week this week, but they didn't have Byron Jones. They didn't have Xavier Howard. He's playing against backups and he's going clogging in London, whatever they do over there. So I'm going to go Keenan Allen Schultz on this side.
Clogging?
Whatever they do. I don't go over the pond. I don't know what's going on. So sure, whatever they do over there.
This isn't Denmark, man. Like,
Could be. Sorry, I don't
I'm
know.
rattled now. Clogging? No, it's Netherlands. They got all the wooden clogs.
I thought, it's
Holland.
Holland. Yeah, Netherlands. I'm Dutch as well, so that's why I always say clogging.
That's good.
Buck, who you got here?
On this one, here's my stance. Just from my personal experience this year, I'm in 8 leagues. I would say I only have 1 marquee tight end, and I've been streaming in every other league, and I'm very successful so far this year. So it's just if you're as dumb as I am and you could be successful playing the streaming tight end game, then I think that you giving up Waller to bring in Keenan to round out that receiving core, especially in a PPR, I'm a big fan of.
Jordan?
Oh, go ahead, Bob. You got something?
Finish this first.
I kind of lean to the Waller side here. I mean, in a PPR, he's the lead receiving option for the Raiders. Obviously, tough stretch here with everything going on with that organization, but I'm a big fan opposite of Buck here, where I prefer one of those top tight ends where I don't have to stream. I don't have to continually rotate through a roster spot or worry about bye weeks when I stream and not having a good option. So I'll keep Waller. I mean, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, Marvin, like that's not a bad wide receiving core to have.
Yeah, I lean with the tight end as well. Another catch for Agnew there, Bob.
Oh, I'm telling you, it makes no sense. But we got a TCK Pod Venmo. Yeah. From Chris P. Chris P asks, he says, "Morning, fellas." He says Tannehill or Cousins. Let's Ryan, kick it over to you, buddy. What do you got? Tannehill, Cousins.
Ooh. Let's see who we got. Vikes, Panthers. Believe it or not, I think I'm actually going to go Tannehill this week. He's got his receivers back. I hate to say it, but I'm going to go Tannehill. That Panthers D is a little scary to me. Am I crazy?
Okay, they might be a little scary. Buffalo is a hell of a lot scarier. Buffalo is the big bad grizzly bear coming to bite your head off. That's what's maul you, Levy. That's what's going to happen. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the take on the Buffalo defense there. It's definitely a worse matchup for Tannehill, but I think he's going to have to be throwing more in that matchup than the Vikings will rely on Cousins. Cook's back, and Tannehill does have his receivers back, so I'm going to roll the dice with Tannehill even in what I think is the worst matchup.
I think I'm going to go Kirk Cousins here as well, but I'm going to ask you guys a question. Would you start Taylor Heineke as a streamer over these two guys?
Yes.
Okay. So I would definitely look the waiver wire. What about Big Ben Roethlisberger?
No.
No.
No, I'm not a Ben guy. He's dead.
All right. Last one. Geno Smith.
No.
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 All right. So if Tyler Heineke's out there, grab Taylor Heineke. If he's not, roll with the guys that we've chosen. All right, cool.
There you
Back
go.
to you guys. We have another super down there. It looks like, Buck.
Got it. Zaroli, how you doing, my man? Tony Zaroli. PPR, Danny Dimes or Heineke. That's suiting there, Bob. It's like your soothsayer over there.
Oh.
Let's start there. Danny Dimes or Heineke. Jordan, you're up.
I'm going to go Heineke. Just talked about the good matchup against Kansas City. Danny Dimes going against the Rams without Galladay. Seems like Tony's a full go, but and Shepard is back as well. But without Saquon, I'm going to go with Heineke against Kansas City.
Heineke for me as well. Bob?
Yeah, I think it's the same. I'm just interested to see what's going on with Terry McLaurin. I know he's active today. I guess he's fine. So I'm going to still go with Heineke here.
It's Heineke for me. All right, we got Lockett, Khalil Herbert, Orange Herbert. That's pretty good. Sterling Shepard. Good. It's a dog pun for you there, Levy. So Lockett, Herbert, or Sterling Shepard. We'll do the same circle here, Jordan.
For me, it's between Lockett or Herbert. I mean, it's tough to know what you're going to get out of Lockett with Geno Smith. So I think Herbert's the safer play in that you'll have larger opportunity and more consistency, or probably line up to what you're expecting more. But I wouldn't discount Lockett. I mean, I think we don't know what this offense is going to look like with Geno Smith at quarterback instead of Russ. They might opt for shorter targets, which does kind of help out Lockett a little bit. But I'll go Herbert for this week.
Herbert for me as well.
Herbert for me as well. Thank you, Zaroli. Appreciate it, buddy.
Herbert for me.
Victor says we need a Bob and Buck debate segment. Love that.
I mean, tune in Wednesdays.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Did we miss another Super Bucks? I think I saw you pull something up.
Nope.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, tune in Wednesdays, Victor. It's a great show. Official Savage, Herbert, J-Rob, Mixon, Mike Williams, Julio, Kelsey, Gibson is my starting lineup. Got Jones Jr., Patrick, blah, blah, blah. Ebo on my bench. Thanks for sharing. Good lineup. I love it. J-Rob looked good today. One more, fellas. Claypool or Chase in a PPR? Jordan, who you got?
I'll go Chase.
That's a good one. I like it's two of my the guys I really like this week. I'm gonna go Chase against Detroit.
Bucky?
Chase, Jamar Chase. Someone died in the stands at this game, so they called the game off. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't have sound. This is odd. So I'm kind of flustered. Yeah, somebody in the stands, the players were calling over medics. This is a wild scene.
Yikes. Man, all right, so you guys all went Chase. I guess it doesn't matter what my answer is, so I'll go Claypool. No, I like Claypool with no Juju, so that would be my answer.
We need to start respecting Chase as a top 10 wide receiver. We have to.
We could always just answer this as Chase, whether we're talking about Chase Claypool or Jamar Chase. Doesn't matter. We're right either way.
Very
there you go.
I love loopholes.
Bucky,
right,
we got a big old super.
Nice try. Far too nice, as always. Levy already sent you some swag. Hasn't opened it. I love that. Just waiting on a rainy day over there. Hook up the swag to the next person in the chat. That would be Self Tanksley. Let's get Self some swag. Self on Facebook. Hit us up in the messages. Let us know your address. We'll send over some swag for you. All right. He's the guy who buys. Try. Yeah, courtesy of Nice Try. We need to make a nice little card from Nice Try. So we'll figure out how to do that best. He's the guy that buys gas for the person in front of you. Have a great Sunday. Much love. Much love to you, sir.
Thanks, man. And also don't forget, dude, 10% of all our donations go to Good Sports. So this is an awesome donation. We'll make sure to kick it over there too. Good Sports also is a youth charity organization that gives equipment to underprivileged communities to help kids play sports. So As a reminder, everybody, 10% of all our donations are going to good sports every single week. Last week, we generated $15. We're going to continue to do this. We're hoping to hit our goal, trying to get at least 50 this week for the month. So if you guys can help us out to donate, we really appreciate your time. But nice try, man. Really appreciate that donation. It's going to go a long way to help kids play sports as well.
Yes, love it, man. Thank you. Man, Jalen Waddle is having a game today. I'll tell you what.
We were all high on him last week against the Bucs. He does nothing, and then it's like, yep, there you go. Same thing with Marvin Jones. Whatever, because they're clogging.
Incredible.
I'm telling you.
Incredible. Favorite game to bet this week? Jordan, I don't know if you're a gambler, but
I'm in California, so no, I don't gamble. But if I would and if I could, for me it'd be the Chiefs Redskins. I think there's just gonna be a lot of offense in that game. It's gonna be a fun one to bet. Whether you're taking player props, over under, you're taking the spread, money line, whatever it is. I think it's gonna be a back and forth game with a lot of offense. So that's always a fun one to bet.
Bob?
Yeah. I did a lot of player props. And I think I don't have my spreadsheet open, but yeah, reach out to me on Instagram. I actually have a couple player props for today. I don't have them in front of me right now, but I would say the Kansas City Washington game. I just would love to get pieces of that. So if you can bet some overs, like over receptions for players, I would like to get those guys, like a Tyreek Hill, reception prop over. I think is going to be big this week. So I think that would be something I would like to get my hands on.
Yeah, game-wise, I think I'd take the Bengals -3.5. I'd probably play it safe and buy the half a point there against the Lions. Or I think sneaky play, I like the Chargers money line over the Ravens. That's my play. I think they're only 2.5-point dogs, but on the road, I like it. Zayner also mentioned he liked the Keenan Allen side of the trade there. Lost my spot. Oh, Savage was asking if we had any changes in his lineup. My bad, buddy. Didn't see it down there. So any changes, guys, in his lineup?
So Patrick's on the bench. Moss, Schultz, Collins, Damien Williams, of course, Debo on the bench. Debo's on a bye. Williams is hurt. So it's really Collins and Moss. Plug them in. Herbert, he's got Herbert over Moss. I guess let's dive into that first, Jordan. Would you do Moss, Herbert, Collins? What's your thoughts on those running backs?
I figured that was Justin Herbert as his QB.
Oh, yeah.
If it's Khalil Herbert, I mean, Herbert Moss.
You're right. No, forget I said that. You're right. Sorry.
I mean, I don't think any changes. I mean, Jones Jr. has already played. If you have rules where you can slot him in later, I mean, he scored, so that'd be nice. But I'm not starting Tim Patrick over Mike Williams or Julio or Gibson. Same thing with Moss. I'm not starting him over Mixon or Gibson. Same thing with Collins, Schultz, and then obviously you buys and injuries for the rest. So no changes from me.
No changes from me.
There you go. Same. Bucky, can you hit us with the super? Please?
I will here in a bit. Let me just get the facts here, all right?
What's happening?
I'm trying to piece it together here in Virginia Beach.
Okay. Let me get. I get what the question is going to be. It must be a weather report question. Alex Collins or Manny Sanders in the flex while Bucky is studying. Bob, who do you got?
Emmanuel Sanders. I like his matchup this week against Tennessee. Led the team in routes. I think he's going to be a good one. So Monday night, I'm going to Emmanuel Sanders.
Jordan?
I'm as well. I mean, Alex Collins obviously is going to be the starting back there in Seattle. DJ Dallas and Travis Homer may still be involved, but going up against Pittsburgh's defense is not really the matchup I want, especially with Geno Smith being under center. So I'll take Emmanuel Sanders in Monday night. He's got a great depth of target so far this year, average depth of target. And obviously, Bobby just mentioned all the targets he got last week. So I'm rolling with Sanders.
Manny,
I'm going Sanders here. Sanders is a simple one for me here. I love all the facts about average depth of target. Spot on, Jordan. And he seems to be clicking in terms of his spacing and his timing with Josh Allen. I mean, that one touchdown where Allen split the seam, Sanders never even turned back for the ball. The ball just ended up right in his mitts. It was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty out there. But Tim, So generous. Nice try. Seriously, man. Big tip of the cap to you. Good sports. Thanks for the support there as well. All right. So he's thinking about wheeling down the boardwalk. Can he get a weather report for Virginia Beach? Let me tell you something, Tim. You want to talk about a beautiful fall day. You want to talk about the leaves starting to change. You want to talk about the gusty breeze coming in off the ocean front. That is a day like today. It's 64 degrees currently out there in Virginia Beach. There is, however, a small craft advisory. So if you plan on taking the canoe out, I would advise against it. I would not advise to take that canoe out because that is a small craft. And if you have a small craft, I would recommend that you keep that thing docked and fully pulled up against that dock. So make sure small crafts, you're advised. Virginia Beach, it's beautiful. Go down there, get a corn dog, have some fun.
There we go. And he's got a follow-up question. Need a defense? Bears, Vikes, Browns, Chargers, or any other streamer you like. Thanks, guys. Go Buck Army. So, Buck, let's kick it to you first. Your boy.
This is what's interesting here. I kind of want to go with the Browns, but I'm not sure that I can. I'm going to go Bears. I'm going to go with the Bears here.
Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, this one's tough for me. I don't like any of these options. The tough part is your other streamers aren't really there. I mean, maybe the Colts, if they're still available, playing Houston this week, but doubt that they're still out there. If I had to pick from these four, I mean, it's hard to pick the Browns going up against the Cardinals. There's just such a prolific offense, but there is a lot of wind in that game. So maybe hindering the pass offense a little bit. I'd go Vikings against Carolina, I think, actually.
Levy, did we lose you?
I think I'm back. I don't know what happened.
All right, you're back.
I thought I cut out for a second.
I was like, that's
Same.
some deep pondering up there.
I was thinking the same. I was like, man, he's going real deep in thought here. I guess if I had to choose one of these, I'm going to go with the Browns. But like Jordan said, I like Indy if they're available. I like the Steelers against Geno if they're available. Really, I think those are probably your only streamers, or the Broncos if they're available for whatever reason. So that's what I would go with there. Ben, the only Ben. I mean, that's just a great username, Ben on YouTube. Damian Harris, Mooney, Shepard, or St. Brown in the flex. Jordan, who you got?
St. Brown.
Bucky?
We got to think about this one. I think I like Shepard here. I like Shepard because I think the Rams get out to a lead. I think Danny Dimes has to throw the football. I'm going to go Sterling Shepard.
I like Shepard. I've got him starting in one league, but I'm going to go St. Brown. I think he's going to have a big game. Back-to-back weeks with 8 targets, as Bob mentioned earlier. And I don't see any reason why that doesn't continue this week. Self, you're welcome. Tony or Boyd in a half-point PPR? Bucky.
Tony
Tony
for me as well. Self is pumped about his shirt.
He's getting a swag piece.
Or his hat. Bob will be sending that. Make sure you hit me on the on Facebook there and give me your address there, Self, and I'll get that out to you. Shepard or Jacoby Myers in the flex PPR? Jordan.
I'll go Myers against the Cowboys defense.
Sterling Shepard.
Ooh, I'm going to go Shepard as well. There we go. In that scenario, I will go with Shepard, Mark. Good luck, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. He's got another question here. McKissick, Khalil Herbert, or Melvin Gordon in a PPR, Buck. Who you got?
Part of me thinks game flow is a real thing. And then I start to think to myself, did the Chiefs just straight up play their best defensive game of the year against the football team? I think that might be the case as I get through this 3-hour show. Khalil Herbert is my pick on this particular question, Ryan.
Love it. I'm going to go Herbert as well. Jordan?
Herbert as well for me.
There you go. Half PPR flex, Kadarius Toney or Booker? Tough one.
There's actually a similar question that I have, somewhat similar, that I have to myself. I have Toney or Jacobs half PPR flex. that I literally was just trying to make. In this case, I'll go with Booker.
I'm gonna go
Bucky.
Tony. Hit me with the Tony.
Shepard coming back. I believe Bob mentioned Slayton's officially out, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh fuck, is he?
He might be.
That's
I
all.
thought I heard Bob say that. Just fact check me on that. But
I'm
I'm gonna go with Booker. I think he's gonna get those 20 touches potentially. So damn it. Tough. Clicking with Allen. Yes, Manny Sanders is definitely clicking with Allen. Cortland Sutton or T. Higgins, Bucky?
T. Higgins. Don't love the outside receivers there for Denver this week.
What do you think there, Jordan? Who you got? Sutton or
Hold on,
Higgins?
So just to give you why I was a little delayed on this, I have a league where my bench is, let me see if I can get this thing up. I got Kittle, Pitts, Judy. Who else is on this dumpster fire? Chubb, Jameson Crowder on a bye, Michael Carter on a bye, Kenny Golladay out. So I was starting Darius Slayton, who's now out. So I gotta pick someone up and throw them in. But for Sutton or Higgins, I'm going with Sutton.
I'm going to go with Sutton as well. And I just wanted to share because I feel your pain. I have a team that has Debo, Pitts, Mike Davis, Devontae Parker, Mitchell, Carter, Cordarrelle Patterson, and Chris Carson. Literally, my entire bench is just 0 projections because everyone's on a bye or injured. So Harris, I will go Cortland Sutton as well. Good luck, buddy. Here's an interesting one. Jordan, Chase Claypool or Julio Jones?
I'll go with Claypool. Julio's first game back. AJ Brown is back as well. I'll go with Claypool.
Claypool for me.
Yeah, in this scenario, I'm going to go Claypool over Julio as well. Bob, when you're ready to come back, we've got a kicker question for you. Should I drop the Cleveland kicker because of the wind? Anyone?
Possibly. I mean, I can speak on that. So where's the wind coming from? If this is a side-to-side wind, we're screwed. If it's going through the uprights one way or the other, it might be a benefit to that kicker and then a detriment in the opposing half. So you really don't know how that wind's going to affect the kicking game itself. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, if you're really going to get all wormy and go and try to, go worming for the different kickers that are in the mud, then you can go worming. I'm fine with that. Worming's good if you're trying to go fishing a little later, Harris, but I'm going to stick with the Cleveland kicker because I think he might hit a 60-yard bomb.
There we go. We are almost caught up, boys. We're wrapping up early today. I'm going to set my lineups. I'm not going to make any mistakes. It's going to be great. Drop one, half-point PPR, Dylan or Pollard. You got to drop one. I don't really want to drop him. Hopefully you can just bench him.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys, if you asked 2 weeks ago, I would have easily said Dylan, but he's now starting to be more involved in the offense, getting a lot of pass catches and targets. So I don't want to drop either. If I have to, I'd probably drop Dylan. But
yeah,
I don't want to drop either of these guys.
Right. Who would you start this week?
Pollard.
Yeah, I would start Pollard as well. Bucky?
It's going to be side-to-side win for that Cleveland kicker, by the way.
Dude, I missed a kicker question?
Drop the kicker. Drop the kicker. I'm looking at I just pulled up the stadium on Google Maps. I compared it to the wind analysis. You got to get out of there. Get out of Cleveland with the kickers.
Indeed. Buck, I also heard there is some wind going on in the Kansas City Washington football team game. Can you clarify that, or can you vet that?
There is some wind. But it's not nearly what it is. It's right now. It's at 13 miles an hour is the projection.
Should I pivot from Dustin Hopkins?
No.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But Cleveland, get the hell out of there, people.
Love it. Bob, for you, who do you like rest of the season? Baltimore, Bateman, or Duvernay?
Don't overthink this one, guys. It's Bateman. He's the first round pick. He had the hype going into it, and Duvernay really hasn't done much from a fantasy perspective. So I'm going to say Bateman here is a clear answer.
Yeah, I'm going to agree.
I agree, Bateman.
There you go. Harris, pick 2 in a non-PPR. Jamar Chase, Zach Moss, or Adam Thielen. Jordan, who you got? We need 2 or 3 here.
In a non-PPR, I'm going with Jamar Chase. In a PPR, I'm also going with Jamar Chase. Oh, 2. And Thielen.
I'm going Moss and Chase here.
I always get it backwards. What this guy said. I'm going to go Chase and Moss.
I'm going to go Chase and Moss as well. That kick, by the way, if anyone's watching this game, was incredible. I thought it was like 10 yards wide right and just somehow hooked in. Unbelievable. We still got hope for a late touchdown here from our boy Visca there, Bob.
Yo, Jamal Agnew, huh? Doesn't he? He's got like double-digit fantasy points today in PPR formats. I mean, like, I think I played him in DFS actually. Let me see.
Kick was just incredible. Anyway, I will go Chase and Moss as well. Getting killed by injuries, lost CEH, CMC on IR today, and now I'm a kicker, so I need a kicker. Got another kicker question, Bob. Tim Westby wants to know, Gano, Hopkins, or Boswell? Thanks, guys. Buck Army. Man, I just love all the Florida State kickers in here today. Who we got? You going Hopkins?
It's Hopkins for me. He's the guy that I have in my matchup. I like the matchup with Kansas City. And the other guy is going to be Michael Badgley. If you need a kicker in a dome, you're worried about the weather. Buck says it's not a big deal. So the other guy is going to be Michael Badgley, who no one's going to have him because Rodrigo Blankenship is on IR for a couple weeks. So, but Hopkins in this scenario is a guy I've been picking up a lot in my leagues.
There you go. I'm gonna agree here and go Hopkins.
Hopkins for me as well.
All right, boys. Any additional thoughts?
No, thanks everybody for the love, the support, all the questions. We always appreciate it. It is nice to wrap this up with a bow on it, get my lineup set, go to the bar, have a couple cold pops, eat some good food, and just enjoy your Sunday, everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, 100% appreciate it. Loved all the donations today, guys. And just as a reminder, for everyone watching, we are donating 10% of all our proceeds to Good Sports, and we're really excited about our relationship there. We really appreciate everyone joining us. Make sure you check in those ins and outs. We have a lot of big names out this week, but next week is going to be a big one. This is where you're going to need us. When there's all those buys, you're going to need all the guys on board. We're going to be here for you next weekend, too, for those big buy weeks. We appreciate you. Oh, we got another super chatter before we go.
Who needs the Weather Channel? You got me. Waterfalls, keep chasing them. Is Bateman viable today in DFS? I think it's a sneaky play. Obviously, he's going to be dirt cheap, and we'll see what he's got in the tank there. Nice try.
I know Nice Try loves the DFS, so I think he's worth a dart throw. No one's going to start him today. Hey, last question real quick. Bob, you running with Mike Williams or Woods today? He's starting Keenan Allen.
Robert Woods has a much better matchup. The Giants, I know Bradbury and Dory Jackson are good corners, but they just haven't been really that great against outside receivers, really. So I think Woods is going to build off a strong performance. He's now running the most routes. That was the problem. The first 2 weeks, he was running behind Tyler Higbee and Van Jefferson. Now it's not. He's actually up there with Cooper Kupp. That was the biggest thing, and now he's getting the targets. I'm going to go Bobby Woods this week.
There we go. All right, gents, it's been real. Good luck this week. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.
See you,
Have a good
everybody.
weekend.